go on the roof, we'll
To the BCL, everybody. How's it going? I am your host, Gibular Bob, and today with me, I've got my wonderful co-caster, Finto. How you doing?
Doing fine. Excited to see this match today. Sure to be.
Yeah, so here we are. Sorry to interrupt you. Here we are in the semifinals of the EU playoffs right here. And we've got a match, Revolt versus IVI. I mean, we're getting down to the end of it here. Next week is going to be the end of the EU playoffs. We're going to be on to the finals. We only have 2 EU games today. We got Revolt versus IVI. And over on the second channel, we've got Crimson Claw versus VRF. And of course, I actually forgot for a moment there, our camera operator today is going to be Floopy VR. So big thanks to Floopy for running OBS here. All right, and currently we are waiting for the teams. Map 1 is going to be Hideout, and we'll get...
Yeah, so the teams today, that's the number 1 and the number 4 seed, so not too much of a difference here. It's going to be interesting to see the skill difference, although Ivy really started to pick up the pace later into the season, and RVL's been a lot more consistent, but it looks like we'll see now as we go into this first game.
Yeah, I mean, IVI had some tough opponents to fight off here. They started off against Pixel, then they went against .com. Now they're on to probably their toughest opponent yet, Revolt. So we shall see what happens in this game. Let's take a look at the starting eco here. 4 Spectrals from Revolt and a Cyclone from Zav the Slav. And over on IVI, we actually have a vice versa. It's Karamu picking up that Spectral. 4 Cyclones in the hands of IVI. So we'll see what happens as the sites are on the first floor, kitchen and dining room. We'll see.
Looks like the setup
IVI
here
starting off on the offense.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be moving as quite a group, taking it quite slow and quiet. Usually teams will just run to where they start and not care about the noise during the buy phase, but they're just taking their time here. The drone going in the front lobby. Interesting strategies.
Yes, we see the drone there as we got Beaver Impa over by the living room as Hazel getting shot at from Itriz. Multiple angles there. Oh, but can't escape back into the kitchen as Impa will pick up that kill. Now we have Foam on the site A. Wall Hickman up on the table. Schemos playing center of site A as we see that breach into site A. Itriz will pick up the kill on Schemos. As Beaver finds Hickman, it's now a 2 versus 5. It's down to Fuse and Zav the Slav. As Fuse playing one of the connectors, Zav on the other. Zav does pick up the kill on Karamu. Fuse rotating, now playing center of site A. Zav picks up another 2 versus 3. As Zav picks up a third. And it's now just down to
2 versus 2.
Yeah, both
Ivy's
of them are
health
really,
is
really low.
Yeah, this could turn around pretty quickly. Zav picking up 3 there, all 3 of the kills so far, and with Ivy and Itriz on 7 and Itriz and Beaver on 7 and 22 HP. This is going to be close.
Yeah,
the
2
RVL players
versus 2 here is Zav playing Pantry right now, about to swing out to Beaver, but Beaver will pick up that kill. It's now just down to Fuse, who has to take out 2 remaining IVI players, and Itriz will find that kill to give round 1 to IVI. Finto, break down that round for us. What happened?
Yeah, so that was a really interesting round. Ivy pushing that site, pushing onto that site is pretty uncommon, not in this level of competitive play. So it really caught RVL off guard there, especially with their eco as well. Their buys deciding to go with the not going for the spectrals like all of RVL. Zav though carrying the team there, almost taking back the round with the triple. But Ivy managing to clutch that up with really low HP. So definitely a close round overall.
Oh yeah, 100%. And we see those round 2 Vesins coming up from IVI, 3 of them at the moment. This is certainly going to be
Ooh,
tough for
wow.
them over on Revolt, as they are running 3 Spectrals, 2 Cyclones. Sights are upstairs. Do you think we're going to get a family room play here?
No, it looks like they're going to be crouching about once again on the roof this time. It's not really clear what their plan of attack is right now. They really take their time with these pushes up until the last moment, and they're just in as fast as they can, taking RVL completely by surprise.
And currently we see Beaver Karamu over on the roof, now dropping just outside of family room. It looks like that is going to be the play here. So we have Wee Laddie playing Hatch currently. It outside of bathroom, as we have a drone moving through the family room, looking to spot any kind of roaming. Oh, will it? Oh, it didn't pick up Fuse. He's just tucking in the kitchen at the moment. As Ampa applying foam to that site A wall. Beaver over to the right. Might pick up the kill on Hickman here. Definitely going to have the tough job of pushing into the room and getting that EMP down. But we'll see Zav currently behind the bomb. Hickman tucking in the corner there.
Stuck behind the boxes here. Beaver just holding that angle.
We've got a breach as a frag toss deep into site A. Does tag Zab as we have a flash toss right on top of Hickman, but Hazel and Fuse will take out 2 of those IVI players.
With the Vezins as well, 2 of the Vezin carriers. Beaver pushing in. It's a double.
Yeah, Zav currently behind the bomb there. It up on the roof looking to find a new rotation. As Finto pointed out, 2 Vezin carriers are down. Beaver has 1 health, the 3rd Vezin carrier.
Oh.
It's going to be tough for IVI here. Okay, they've recovered a 2nd Vezin. The biggest thing they want to do here is prevent that 3rd one from getting recovered by IVI. As it looks like, we do have Itriz picked up that 3rd one. I think tossed it out the window. But Fuse picks up the kill on Itriz. Beaver will refrag 2 versus 2 at the moment. As Wee Laddie makes entry into the site, does recover that Vezin. Schemos in bedroom at the moment, playing that angle. Wee Laddie, watching over the rest of family room, and EMP hasn't been finished yet. Now 30 seconds left on the clock. Zav is still behind the bomb. Schemos watching the bedroom, and IVI have to make a move here. Will Beaver get in that room, as we see Beaver pushing into the right, looking to get the EMP planted as Wee Laddie takes out Schemos. It's now just down to Zav. EMP has been planted. Zav looks to swing, but Beaver picks up that kill to give round 2 to IVI.
Yeah, Ivy taking that round, you could just see the coordination that the Ivy have there, making sure every angle is accounted for, playing their time just right. You see sometimes players leave it to the last moment, too nervous to push in, but they waited, played it just right, and I managed to take that round with grip, but really well. Although they might not be able to afford they can still afford full 5 sets of Vezins, but so can RVL now. So it's going to be a lot even. You could see RVL with just the pistols there managing to bring it down to a 2v2 was amazing. The 3 gunfights that they won were all pistol versus Vezins, so you can really see that they have a skill there. So now with these Vezins, they could potentially take some rounds back now.
Yeah, and we'll certainly find out here as, like Finto pointed out, Vezins from both sides. Of course, RVL not able to afford all the utility that they wanted, but we'll see if they can bring this back on the defense here. Beaver applying foam to the gym wall, as we do see Antbutt out by living room. Pretty spread formation from IVI at the moment. Do you have any kind of idea where their main push might be, Finto?
Yeah, so it looks like the foam on the wall there is going to be distraction into B. Going to blow that at just the right time, and then push into wine. You can see they don't really have any roamers on that side of the map. They're all quite focused on B, and they probably won't have any kind of idea considering how little noise IVI's made here, so they probably have no idea where the push is right now. Almost, a minute gone, and that wall going on the B side is going to be a huge distraction. It's going to let them take complete control of this side of the map. I think that's the play here.
Yeah, as Fuse looking to rotate through the boiler, the rest of RVL making their way through Wine Cellar as a flash blinds most of the team. Schemos finds one, gets refragged by Karamu's. It is taken out by Fuse through the wall. Ooh. A good start for Revolt here as Karamu still spraying through that wall in Arcade. Weeladdie, Beaver, both in Wine Cellar at the moment. Beaver does have that EMP. Minute 40 left on the clock. And that distraction hasn't really worked for IVI as, Revolt have quickly switched up their defense over to the other site right now.
Yeah,
and
as soon as
see
Skimos,
pressure from IVI here pretty soon.
As soon as Skimos got taken out there and got that kill, RVL knew exactly what was up. Completely swarmed the site. They now have this being held very well. Hickman getting that, you can just see the skill here. Hickman getting that tiny audio cue and just getting out of the way of that window. This is a match with some very skilled players. So it's going to be interesting. Hickman now rotating onto B. A few players rotating onto B. Only Fuse left on A now. 4v3.
Yeah, we do have Weeladdie right outside of site A. Might pop that window. IVI needs to make a move here. They've only got about 40 seconds left on the clock. We see Beaver over on small stairs as it's a double breach on site A. The small stairs wall and the arcade wall have both been broken. Weeladdie now tossing a flash in. Does get Hickman rushing in. Hickman will pick up that kill as Fuse takes out Karamu. It's now just down to Beaver, who's watching that small stairs breach. Looking to pick up a kill here. Fuse rotating behind the bar as Hazel playing in the back of the room. There's less than 20 seconds left on the clock, now 15. And Beaver upstairs in family room. It might be a salvage play from IVI, which, might be pretty smart. Beaver going to keep that heal, keep that Vezin for the next round. And Revolt have just picked up their first round in this map.
Yeah, IVI, after Skimos got that kill, RVL were all over the site. They knew exactly what was happening. They knew what was a distraction. And they just took complete control of the situation again. And with those Vezins in hand, it was over as soon as they started getting the kills. IVE though, it always looks like they're uncoordinated, they're lost, they have no idea what they're doing, but they're timing their pushes perfectly. There's just a few factors there that didn't work out for them, but they're a very coordinated team, and I think some of the pushes that they're going to have ready today are definitely going to be dangerous for RVL going forward.
So let's take a look at the scoreboard really quick on Revolt. Fuse 4-2, Zavdislav 3-2, Hazel 1-2, Schemos 1-3, and Hickman 1-2 at the moment. Over on IVI, Beaver having a perfect game at the moment, 6-0, Itriz 2-2, Ampa 1-3, Weeladdie 1-2, and Karamu 1-3. IVI have lost a bit of their strong starting momentum. They do have enough in the reserves to keep the Vezins up this round, but they are going to need to get a win here if they want to stay in the Vezin territory. Do see up on the roof again, IVI, and they kind of have a slow start each round, huh?
Yeah, they're really playing this really slow. They do not give up their push with any pre-round audio cues, and they don't even give up their push 1 minute into the round. They are very careful with the noise here, playing it really slow, getting into position and getting ready.
Yeah, as we do see Ampa and Karamu swinging in through the porch there, tossing a frag to the end of the death hallway. Neither one of those will pick anybody up. But Beaver did get tagged a bit by that frag, tossing a second out. And IVI have used a lot of their util because they thought somebody was behind Deathbox, but nobody was there. Beaver did take out Schemos as we have foam on the B wall. Itriz currently out in the death hallway as we see Hickman right behind that wall. And this could be dangerous for Revolt if IVI gets foam on both of those walls. We see the first wall down as Itriz finds Hickman. Instant toss covering off that breach. Karamu does look to peek though. But Fuse will pick up that kill as we see Weeladdie up on the roof right now. Ampa takes out Hazel, who was on the flank. Zav taken out by Beaver, who drops a double kill. And we see IVI pick up a third round in this map. Good momentum from them there.
That was just amazing. As I said, the coordination there, taking complete control of the hallway, perfectly timing the push through the door and breaching the wall. RVL forced to just fall back through the connectors into the other doors. They just timed it perfectly, lined up all their shots, and took that round with some amazing shows of skill there. It's definitely leaning towards Ivy right now. It looks like they're doing a really good job here with their coordination and teamwork.
Yeah, and of course IVI picking up a third heal as well. They got a lot of recovery items. Revolt only has one at the moment. And of course that loss of the previous round will force, Revolt. Okay, they did pick up a second heal. They don't have a whole lot of money. If they lose this, they're going to force Seiko again. And IVI are now 2 rounds up over them. Remember, next round is going to be that halftime round where we'll switch the sides. But currently upstairs, we do have Schemas behind Deathbox. I wonder what IVI are going to do. They start off slow again. It looks like they're setting up for living room again. What do you think they're going to do?
Yeah. It looks like they're a bit further over than they were for living room. They were a bit closer. It might be honestly a push to garage by the looks of it. Taking control of this front lobby first though, which is a crucial point of rotation. It's gonna give them a big part of the map. Checking for any roamers, and they're not really gonna catch anyone on that side. So RVL's basically just giving them that, and it's going to just try and play a lot more defensively here.
So we see a breach over into Site A. Hazel in the back over by Family Room, and Hickman actually in Family Room watching that hallway as we see a flashbang. I think that was tossed by Weeladdie as Zav takes out Itriz. And it's a garage push from IVI as we see foam applied to that garage wall. Zav over in the connector. Fuse playing center as we see Amp Butt currently up on the table. Fuse trying to find some shots through the wall. IVI setting up for that garage push as we see one wall taken out. Zav was tagged a bit by Amp Butt. Beaver now watching the laundry hallway. Karamu in the back by the van. Hazel is rotated, but Amp Butt takes out Fuse with a headshot there. Karamu tossing a frag into the connector there. Does tag Zav and forces Zav to push up to center. Now rotating back to the connectors. Hickman, Hazel. Hickman now moving to connectors. Weeladdie does take out Schemos. And the counterplay from Revolt is not coming here as we see Beaver over by Laundry Hallway. Karami towards the front of the garage as we see Amput over in Laundry. We see another frag toss deep into Site B, not taking out anybody though. Amput has breached that wall. Hickman is now trapped in the corner of Pantry Cubby there as we see Beaver takes out Hazel. It's now a 4 versus 2. So we see Hickman in Pantry at the moment. It's going to be tough for Revolt to keep IVI out of the site, but Hickman finds one, gets refragged by Ampa. It's now just down to Zav, who's over in Garage. Less than 20 seconds on the clock now as the EMP is getting planted by Ampa. And it looks like Zav can't wait for a timeout here. We see Weeladdie pick up that kill. And that gives IVI a 3-round lead over Revolt. Goodness, Finto, what's the plan from Revolt here?
Yeah, it's just not working out for them, the defense they've got here. Or maybe not just, maybe the defense isn't working out for them. Maybe it's that Ivy's pushes here are working out for them. The kind of play that they're going for here is honestly unlike any other team, in the EU scene at least. That I've seen before. You know, a lot of teams will just go as fast as they can or as slow as they can in all parts of the push. But Ivy, they're just doing something completely different here. It's completely throwing off RVL. And of course, because RVL have never experienced it before, they have no idea how to counter this. Ivy takes their time at the start, takes control of the crucial parts of the map. They know what's crucial here, and they take control of it. And then time the fast push, the fast part of the push, just right. It's amazing to watch the skill here, honestly.
Yeah, it is very interesting, the pacing that IVI has. They start off really slow, and like Finto said, they just up the speed as the round goes on, and it's been throwing Revolt off here. We've got Ampa up on the roof. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think it's going to be another family room push, Finto?
It looks like they're going to be going into the front lobby by the way they're positioning themselves. But you can see the the setup that you would usually go into the pre-round. They're still doing they're doing half a minute into the start of the round. They take their time. They don't get overconfident, and I think part of it is allowing RVL to let their guard down, because the start of the round is when everyone's ready to start shooting. Got their reaction times high, but they just wait. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be front lobby here.
Yeah, Hazel trying to pick
drone.
up that drone, but Karamu finds that kill instead.
Ooh.
And IVI were just in there so fast as we see that drone moving downstairs. We have foam on the A wall already.
The wall bang
Just like
coming
that,
in
I mean,
from
we
there.
see, yeah, we see some wall bangs there. Just like that, we see IVI picking up that pace again as Fuse in site A, playing center, Schemas in the back. We see Beaver over towards the family room balcony as Ampa. We have a double frag. Ampa takes out Fuse with that frag. Good artillery there from IVI as it was in that window. And that's going to apply even more pressure. Zav swings out, finds the kill on Itriz, recovers that Vezin, now moving into family room. Hickman also in family room at the moment as the EMP has been planted. But IVI are going to have to worry about that counter push as Schemos takes out Beaver. Karamu finds Schemos, secures that refrag. EMP is still safe at the moment. It's a 2 versus 3 right now. And Wee Laddie watching the skylight. And we see good rotations here from Wee Laddie, shutting down that counterplay from going up the big stairs. As Hickman now rotating through the site. Karamu finds out the slab. It's now just down to Hickman, who's currently playing the connector. Pushing up into site A, needs to go for that defuse. Recovers a Vezin. EMP might defuse here if Revolt aren't fast enough. Hickman finds one, looks to pick up a second, but gets taken out by Karamu. And just like that, IVI have a 5-1 lead over Revolt. I mean, Finto, if they win the next one, they're going to get match point.
Yeah, if they take this next round, it's not going to be good at all. But they have swapped the side now, so of course their plans worked really well for them there on the attack. But they might not have as complicated plans for defense, because defense, there's not as many things you can do differently on defense. So RVL, you can see a lot in a lot of different scenarios here. RVL excel with their gun skills. I think honestly, even though IVI is better with the tactics, RVL's better with the weaponry and the actual ability to hit as many headshots as possible here. And if IVI don't have the same kind of strategies for the defense, we could see this game start to turn around, even from a 5-1 down.
Yeah, we'll certainly see here. I want to see RVL pick up a few rounds here to keep the game interesting. But we do see a drone from Zavdislav, and it looks like, I mean, the sites are back down in the basement. We've got Bar and Gym, and it looks like Revolt starting off their offensive half with a push into Garage. You think they're going to go for storage or the hatch in kitchen?
Probably both, honestly. The hatch onto B site locks off that connector completely, stops any quick rotations, and it's just really beneficial for a team to have control of that. But taking the storage here looks to be the main priority. Gives them complete control of the outside of the site. If they can get, of course, both to the connector and outside the site, that's really beneficial. Hazel picking up one here.
Yeah, Hazel picks up that kill on Beavers. Karamu tosses a frag out there. Frags Hickman, and that was very close to finding a double kill. on IVI as we see Zav Fuse now dropping into storage. He has Icarus on the other side as Hazel finds Karamu. And Hickman swinging in. It's a double frag as Wheelatty takes out Hickman. Ooh. Hazel in the back as Zav picks up that refrag. It's now 2 versus 4. And Revolt have had a better offensive first round as we have Itriz right outside of storage right now. Ampa takes out Schemos as we see Zav, Hazel both under 30 health. Fuse on max as we see EMP is planted in Jim. Fuse finds Itriz. It's now just down to Ampa, who's currently playing that garage, looking to pick up a kill on Hazel or Fuse, depending on if they go up the stairs. And Ampa takes out one. Incredibly low though, as we see Hazel still under 30 health. EMP has been planted, but we're going to get down to the 30-second warning here in just a minute, and there it is, a 2 versus 1. Ampa doesn't have too many options here. What do you think, Finto? What do you think the play is going to be?
Yeah, it's not looking good for him, honestly. He's going to have to, in the next 10 seconds, take out 2 players who have brilliant angles on the EMP here. It's not looking good for him, and you can see, the game's this round is basically over for him at this point. With this kind of HP, I don't think he's even gonna bother. Yeah, so having a look at that round, you can see RVL just with the brilliant pushes. You could see the ability to win the gunfights there with Hazel picking up the double and the push into sight. And IVI's tactics just not working, and not really that complicated, really just quite a standard 4 on site, 1 on the roam. The roam did prove to be slightly useful there at the end, taking out Skimos, but the roam had some great opportunities to completely wipe out the attack there, but was playing it quite slow. So yeah, I think RVL might do a lot better here and could start to take this game back.
Yeah, we'll see. They again, as Finto said, they had a good starting round there on the offense. Now they're picking up 4 Vezins. Now, the only thing about this Vezin strategy is that if we see IVI take out a player and harvest their Vezin, they could turn this on Revolt quickly, and then we could see them in a bad situation if they lose this round. Not guaranteed, and it's going to be very difficult for IVI to pick up a round. That's why 4 of them are running with a Jesper. Right now we have a Cyclone from Ampa who actually salvaged that from the previous round. Now Revolt actually still have the potential to win this first map. However, they can't even lose a single round because then IVI will put them on match point as they have Hazel, Zav both watching Garage. Now Hickman joins as Karami takes out Hazel.
With the Jesper.
Yeah, you see with that Jesper, as the Vezin is tossed over to Hickman. And yeah, that was what I was saying is, yeah, you got to make sure that you're able to pick up those kills with those Vezins, because if the other team takes out the Vezin players, it's not good. As we see Itriz, Beaver both flashes, Zav moving in, takes up 1, picks up 2.
Ooh.
But gets taken out by Beaver, who tossed a good frag there. Fuse finds Wheelatty. Beaver in the garage. It's been quite the skirmish in here as Beaver is now pressed from 2 angles. It's to take out Hickman, and does! It's a 2 versus 2. Ampa has that Cyclone right now, rotating up the big stairs. Might get taken out by Schemos here. Not a good idea to push that front door as we see Fuse rotating over to garage at the moment. Beaver tucked just inside of that garage behind that partition. Schemos with that cloaking device out front. And what's the play going to be from Revolt? They don't have the EMP planted yet.
You can see Beaver now has that Vezin, considering he's been pretty consistent throughout this game, probably the best player on IVI. He's going to be dangerous for RVL now. So, RVL does not have that EMP down. They're going to have to either rotate onto site, but you see they have no one on site, so a full rotation could benefit them. But it looks like even RVL's not entirely sure what they're doing. It looks like both teams are waiting to catch someone out. So neither team is making a move. It's quite a stalemate here.
Only problem for Revolt is that every second they're sitting out here is creating more of a chance for IVI to push them into panicking and making a
Use
mistake.
Beaver here on the...
Oh, Beaver does get taken out by Fuse, but Amput finds the kill on Fuse. It's a 1 versus 1, but Schemos picks up that kill.
Schemos taking back that round.
Yeah, RVL saves that round by just barely saving that, and they are able to bring 1 Vezin in, but IVI did a lot of damage to them that time.
They're not going to have the Vezins for this round, though. IVI, with a full set of 5 Vezins, and managing to take out 4 of the RVL members, is going to completely destroy their economy now. I think they can afford 4 Vezins, but not a lot of util on the defense, which could be crucial, like grenades. So, although we have seen them hit some great pistol shots here, so RVL, so they still can't take this back. I think it's really starting to turn around for them.
Yeah, and we do see, again, Revolt, they aren't able to get all of their Vezins. Now, again, IVI, if they win 1 more, they'll be on match point. They need to get some pace here in the second half before Revolt secures that comeback. And they do still have 2 rounds before Revolt has tied it up. And we'll see if IVI can find this round. They got very, very close last time, even with just Jespers, 4 Jespers in a Cyclone. And a frag. They put in a lot of work there as we see Schemos outside of Family Room at the moment. We have a drone moving in from Revolt. Hickman upstairs as Itriz. Beaver all out on that Family Room balcony along with Karamu, who's by boxes. Fuse just outside that Family Room window as Schemos pops open that front door, but Itriz picks up the kill. Hickman finds Itriz. Zav takes out Karamu. See, a 2 versus 4. That hasn't gone well for IVI as Amput downstairs. Schemos moving up those Family Room stairs, but Amput might find the kill there and does. And looking to escape before Revolt can secure that refrag. As Wee Laddie upstairs takes out 1. Ooh. It's now a 2 versus 2. IVI have even the odds here as we have Hazel moving through Family Room balcony. Does have that EMP. Wee Laddie in the back of A at the moment. Looking to move up to the box there as we have 1:50 left on the clock, and Revolt have time if they want to draw this out a bit. That static's going to create problems. They don't have a frag grenade at the moment. Zav looking to take that out and does take it out, but Wee Laddie knows what the plan is. Hazel looking to get in there and plant that EMP as Wee Laddie kind of pressed behind the box, looking to swing out and does take out Hazel. It was really risky, but Wee Laddie secured that kill.
Just Zav in the 1v2. It's going to be interesting to see what his play is here.
Yeah, Zav out in Family Room balcony. EMP hasn't been planted yet. That's got to be gut-wrenching for Revolt. They had a good hold on IVI for a little bit there, but they successfully pulled it back as Zav looking to peek now. Doesn't spot Wee Laddie. Knows where Wee Laddie is, so picks up 1, but Amput refrags and gives match point of map 1 to IVI.
I'm gonna be honest. RVL had it there. The 4v2. They had control of that area, and they just let their guard down for a second. They thought they had control, and they just swung out the doorways, and the Ivy picked up 2, and it just went downhill from there. You can see though RVL but they had the skill to win these gunfights. They just don't have the same kind of coordination as Ivy. And the discipline. They just when they think the push is over for that moment, they just let their guard down, and it's just not working out for them.
Yeah, and it's really come back to haunt Revolt here. They've now they're now on match point of map 1. IVI has that eco advantage as we're down to 2 Vezins over on Revolt. We've got a Taurus, a Spectral, and a Cyclone from those 3 players. It's going to be tough for Revolt to get this game back in control, but we do see the sights on the first floor. Now, Revolt did win the last round by a very thin margin, but they were able to win that. So we'll see if they can bring that back with the strategy. Itriz is quite hurt, under half health, as we see. I think Revolt might have gone bowling there. They did tag Itriz, who does get that heal off, and we see Fuse as Hazel takes out Karamu. Hazel up top, the planter there is Fuse on the stairs. Zav also out by Garage as Hickman tosses another flash in. That does hit Itriz. He's stuck with that Vezimon. Oh, Hickman will take out Itriz as Weeladdie finds a frag on Hickman. Gets that refrag. It's now just a 3 versus 3 as Hazel setting off that proximity alarm. Beaver in the back of Site B at the moment. Hazel pushing up to the front of Garage. And do they have breaching foam? They don't at the moment over on Revolt. I think it was dropped somewhere. Somebody have breaching foam? Uh-oh. This could be...
Yeah, this could end badly for them.
Oh, that could be a very, very big oversight that could cost Revolt this game. Yeah, they didn't get breaching foam. It doesn't look like any of the bodies had it. Uh-oh. We currently have Ampa rotating through the foyer. Might pick up a kill here. And looks to take out one, but alerted Revolt with that pre-fire. Hazel does secure that kill. 2 versus 3.
Amazing aim from Hazel there.
Yeah, Revolt could get control over this round again, but they just don't have the foam. So now they're in that choke point as Weeladdie finds one. Hazel looks to pick up that kill and does get that refrag. It's now a 2 versus 1. Schemos in the back of Site B as Hazel's in Laundry Hallway. Beaver now pushing up. Might find the kill on Hazel. If that does happen, the EMP could be dropped. Hazel watching, and Beaver finds a kill. EMP is now down in the Laundry Hallway. It's just down to Beaver here. It's Schemos over in Garage, now rotating to Laundry Hallway. Beaver playing Site A. I think Beaver is expecting some kind of a flank, but Schemos didn't pick up the EMP. Uh-oh, this could be very, very bad. Schemos now in the back of Site B is going to need to either go for the EMP right now or push up on Beaver, but didn't leave any time for the round to go to Revolt here. You know, didn't get the clock in favor of Revolt by not planting that EMP. And Schemos turns around. Beaver finds a kill. Map 1 will go to IVI. Oh no, that just didn't go well for Revolt at all.
That last round, they had it, they had the aim, they had the skill, but they didn't buy breaching foam, and Skimos didn't take that EMP, and they just so many these small mistakes just add up, and IE takes that first game. Although there is definitely there's not a huge skill gap between these teams. It is a very close game. That was a very close game. I think some of the rounds were close, at least, even if it's not shown in the 7-3 final score.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens here. We do taking a look at the scoreboard here. Revolt, on IVI, Beaver 15-5, Ampa 10-6, Karamu 6-8, Weeladdie 8-6, and Itriz 4-8 over on Revolt. Fuse 9-9, Zav the Slav 10-8, Hazel 6-8, Hickman 5-9, and Schemos 3-9. An amazing first map for IVI. It was unbelievable there as they picked up that first game. I mean, the pace from IVI, they just stopped Revolt from getting those rounds on them. Map 2 is going to be Factory. We'll see what happens here. It looks like we might be taking a small time out.
It's like RVL, yeah, gonna be down a player. While we wait, just like reflecting on that round, yeah, IVI, bringing something completely new to the table here. Honestly, it might be possible that some teams have tried stuff like this before, but not with the same kind of discipline, coordination that IVI are bringing to the table in this game. RVL were just not prepared for it at all. Even if they might have that slight skill advantage with their aim, it's just amazing how IVI are able to do this and bring this out in this game, completely throw RVL off. I knew this was going to be a good game, but I didn't expect them to bring an entirely new playstyle with them. So that's interesting. That's really interesting to see.
Yeah, it was really incredible to see both teams play here. But Taking a look at the last round there, I saw a big problem from um, Revolt was just the oversight where they didn't pick up any breaching foam. That was that was a big
That
mistake.
was
It probably
massive
cost them
mistake.
the round. If they had that breaching foam, they probably could have secured that round. We now have Johan to go over on Revolt. Did I say that right? I want to make sure.
Uh, yeah. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure how to say it either.
Okay.
And
Well, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean that breaching foam, oof, it wasn't the right call from Revolt to not pick that up. But they gave it their best shot. Map one, of course, did go to IVI, but we'll see what happens. There's still map two here. Factory, of course, a different map, completely different play style. And we shall see what happens. Quick shout out again to my co-caster Finto over here, who is to my right. If you're watching on the screen, and Floopy on the cams, managing all the OBS. Both of them doing a great job. But if you want to support your favorite casters, you can use that donate link at the bottom of the page. 100% of the donations do go to the casting team, and 96% of the sub and ad revenue for these streams also goes to the casting, and the remaining 4% is added to a pool. At the end of the pool, or excuse me, at the end of the season, the player with the most highlight clips will win that prize pool. So great opportunity to make some money there for playing Breachers, and yeah, big thanks to both of these to my wonderful casting team today.
do we have confirmation from the teams that they're going to be taking a break then?
Let me check. I actually think I got pinged in Discord really quick. Let me see. Just checking really quick. I messaged the captain of Revolt. We'll see.
I just messaged
what
the IVI captain. I think
Well, we
then
got we
for
got our bases covered.
I think then for now, we will go to watch some highlight reels from previous games, and we will be back when we are ready to go again.
I'm coming out. Here we go. Some damage coming down. Kid getting, Karma getting picked. Right in the smoke. Oh, kills going on in the smoke. Typical light runs right in. Able to get shreds. 2 more kills coming out. All kills coming out. And that, wow, what a quick round. Rex saying, hey, we're down, but we still want to prove that we are talented players, which they are. I mean, they're here for a reason. They were able to go toe-to-toe with Wicked for so long. We see they are going to be breaching onto the site. And we do have Jigsaw and Sleepy Penguin here ready to meet any pressure. And Dest rotating over as well. Those look like Jigsaw is getting ready to take that first engagement. Orzo killing him very, very quickly. Jigsaw peeks up, instantly gets his head taken off. Psychilo swings on, kills Dest as well. Sleepy Penguin is now the only one left alive. Able to pick up one, and it does fall to a draw. Rex saying, hey, we might have lost, but we aren't going down without a fight.
No, they don't. The other team has to move up, but upgrade. Oh, nice. Leading that shot. Maintaining. There's a decent amount of health still, too. One left. One left. No! No! What a duck. I thought that was a shoo-in, but dang, what good, nice play right there.
He's got half health. He's got 48 health in the dream. He's got 30 seconds now.
He's been in this predicament before.
Nothing. 31 health against 100 health.
Got lean with it. And he gets it. And he's disarmed. Going for it. He's got the time. There's the 1. There's the 2. And there's the 3rd. Coming up to a tied game.
Nice.
Rolling
Nadix
round 3.
working those legs.
On a slow approach, they may be recharged by the time they get back into the action. Soldiers, headshot on light. Can't see from where off camera, but Soldier's getting another one here. He's right on the top. He gets a triple. Very nice. All headshots. If he steps on a nail, he's gonna die, but he'll still be massively worth. Here comes Clark. He's about to come into his line of sight. Let's see if he's still here. Good, another headshot.
Dolphin.
Okay, they're good to go. They're
There,
starting up
he's
map
just
2.
hoping that-
And we are
Alright.
back. Good to see everybody here. We are on map 2 at the moment. That is wow. Hold on. Let me mute that really quick. All right, taking a look at that starting eco from Revolt. We've got 3 Spectrals, a Cyclone, and at the moment, Johan doesn't have a weapon. Now with that kitted Jet Burst, we see Karamu, Antbutt, Itriz, Beaver. We letting the entire IVI team picking up Cyclones at the moment. Now, what's going to happen here? I mean, if IVI wins this, they'll win the series and they'll move on to the finals.
Yes, this is going to be important for RVL to take this and take it to a 3rd. So a lot is resting on this game. So they get ready to go into this round. Looks like they're gonna be pushing into the orange, but once again, they're not putting themselves in like lines of sight of window peaks or runouts or anything. Slow and steady until the very last second, up until they are completely ready. And
So let me ask you this: do you think IVI prefer to start off on offense because they can set the pace of the round easily?
Oh yeah, I think definitely they can. They take control with the drone. They take control of the map really well. It's just, and with that they gain control of the game. They force RVL to take time or to rush. You know, by having control of this map, they don't give them much position to move. I know it sounds really stupid, but I think IVI are very good at droning. Well, it might not be that much to it. Yeah, they do a good job now.
Itriz take out Skinners. Antbutt finds Hazel. Hickman takes out Antbutt with the refrag. Karamu finds Hickman. I'm so sorry, I completely interrupted you there, but we have
Yeah,
Karamu,
no, of course.
in that EMP as Beaver takes out Zav and Itriz finds
What?
Johan. And I mean, it's just like we've seen from the first map, which Finto called. I mean, they set the pace. Ivy. I mean, they start off slow, but then they just all of a sudden they just have explosive pace, and it's really throwing Revolt off here. And I think it's going to be even more dangerous for Revolt on this map where they're already a point down in the finals to have IVI on the offense there. Speaking of which, they're picking up 4 Vezens. What do you think of this, Finta?
Oh yeah, the 4 Vezens, that's amazing. If they can take this round with the 4 Vezens, they carry 4 Vezens to the next round. Not only did they take the second round, they then have the set Vezens to win the 3rd round as well, plus enough money left over for utility. So it's just honestly looking really good for IVI right now. RVL, you know, just by that round alone, as I was droning on about their tactics, they proved my point, taking control of the map, setting the pace, and then when they wanted to, wiping out RVL.
As Finto was droning on, get it? Drone. Drone breachers pun. But we have Karamu currently up by Generator along with Wee Laddie. I'm a sucker for terrible puns. This Ant, but out on gravel at the moment. Hickman over in site A, tucking in that corner. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Revolt, you know, the sites are on second floor. We'll see if they can get control of this round. They need to slow down IVI here in terms of the rounds and pick up some of these, especially on defenses. We have Itriz, Karamu, Beaver, all up on the bridge right now. It's just going to be tough from IVI's Finto pointed out. Incredible droning on their side as, you know, they don't spot Zav. That could be a bit of an oversight as Zav tucking behind those those crates there. May find a kill. We shall see. That depends on how thorough IVI is. Of course, the only player who doesn't have a Vesm right now is Wee Laddie. It's a double drone as Wee Laddie has a second drone right there. And that might be very big for IVI as they're actually not going towards Museum. That might have thrown off Revolt. There's Hickman currently in bathroom in the stall. Ampa does break open the bathroom windows. Hickman forced out of the bathroom, taken out by Karamu as Johan in site B. As we see some shots fired toward control room. Schemos rotating into conferences. Karamu takes out Hazel. Karamu finds a double. We have Beaver planting that EMP, Ampa reinforcing there, and we see a 2 versus 5. And Revolt haven't taken out any of the IVI members yet. They have 2 healing syringes. That's going to make things even more difficult for Revolt. Now, next round, they are going to get those Vesens, but, I mean, what's going to happen? Zav currently out on the bridge. I mean, Finto, if you were in this situation, what would your plan be?
Give up. This is tricky for them to take back pistols, low HP, 4 Vesens. They're all watching the angles. Yeah, it's not looking good for them right now. Skimmo's 25 HP. I don't know if they're gonna expect them to come from the other side though, from the connector. But they honestly might take my idea and just play time, and they don't have anything worth saving, so it's just not a good situation for them at all. I don't think there is any play for them.
Yeah, you know, maybe they're gonna try and recover something, but I mean, Revolt didn't even have too much util or weapons to recover. Round 2 is gonna go to IVI. It's just okay. It's not going well for Revolt. I'll say that. I mean, they're 2 rounds down to IVI. They cannot be losing this much momentum this early into the second map. Now, this is their Vesm round, so they have the potential to bring everything back here on this round. It's going to be difficult because IVI still has a lot of money to play around with, and even if IVI does lose this round, well, they'll still be able to afford, you know, a stack of Vesms next round. But, you know, it is what it is in Revolt. They're going to try and take out as many IVI players and damage their eco as much as they can on this round. They need to get, ideally, a win here to stay in this game. I mean, there will be opportunities that will present themselves later on, but if they want to have a good first half where they could potentially pull ahead of IVI, they need to win this. This is the only opportunity that they have to take the lead from IVI and then go up to 4 rounds. But if they lose this, then their best bet would be to tie it in the first half as we see Hickman upstairs. Yeah,
this round, RVL with those Vesens now, so they could start to take this back with the bottom floor site. They might suspect them to do the exact same thing as they did the first round, which it looks like they're set up pretty well for. And of course, Wee Laddie going in with his drone, just taking out the roamers. You know, completely neutralizing them, sending them straight back to just standard defenders, which is just not where they want to be at all.
Yeah, currently Hickman upstairs, getting back. In the kitchen. I think he possibly heard something as we see Hickman in upper orange at the moment. Beaver entering in through Janitor does have that EMP as Hickman takes out one. Good counterplay there, starting to slow down IVI as Hazel in orange storage may pick up another kill here. We need to see we need to see a little more from Revolt to shut down IVI before they overwhelm this site. They're off to a good start. They've taken out one of the IVI players. Ideally, they'd like to get one more before IVI kind of closes the gap and starts their offensive push. We currently see Hickman out in the lobby. Weird spot to tuck, but that's kind of the idea when you are tucking. Is you want to sit in an unconventional spot so that the other team you can catch them completely off guard. This is Karami and Janitor as IVI looking to make a move here. Hazel watching assembly. Did get away from that breach. That's good for Hazel. As we see Ampbutt in orange storage at the moment, watching that breach. There's static there that's going to slow down IVI as Karamu finds Hickman and Johan does refrag. We see Zav over in assembly right now, up by the bridge. And downstairs, we've got a 3 versus 4. Ampbutt now foaming on site A. Revolt have set themselves up for a good round here. They could potentially find this victory over IVI. 30 seconds left on the clock, and Ivy has to make a move here. What will they do as we see Beaver, Ampbutt over in orange storage, and they're just taking too long as we see a flash toss in. Does find Hazel as Beaver takes out Hazel. That EMP needs to get down now as we have 15 seconds left on the clock. Beaver planting on big blue box as Schemos looks to go to the connector, but Revolt aren't in sight B, and the EMP has been planted. Now the strategy for IVI, they just need to defend that EMP and slow Revolt down for as long as they can. Schemos in connector at the moment as Johan entering orange storage. Schemos finds Beaver as Johan takes out Ampbutt. Relady looks to pick up the third kill, or the counter, or the refrag, excuse me. But Johan will find that frag, and round 3 will go to Revolt.
Yeah, that was a great round from Revolt. You could see once the drones were used, where the drones weren't used, Hickman managing to pick up that kill, I think it was on Itras. Without the drone, when RVL has the roamers positioned right, the aggression just works so well, completely catches IVI off guard, and allows them to pick up a few kills, and by the time they actually get to blowing the walls and pushing into sight, the 3 versus 4 that they might end up with isn't going to work as well for them. You can see also by the end, without that map control, they were just forced into this small space, completely surrounded. They just can't defend that area very well. They rely on this map control, and I think if RVL can recognize this as well and understand how to counter it, they could start to take back rounds, maybe take this game and send them to a third. It's interesting, honestly, really interesting, this game.
Yeah, big thanks for the raid from BCL Channel 2. We're now up to about 40 people watching. If you're just joining us, Map 1 did go to IVI 7-3 on Hideout. We're now on Factory, 2 rounds under the belt of IVI. Revolt has won. They started off a bit slow, but they did get that momentum back in the previous round where they beat IVI. Big thanks to everyone who's joining us from that channel. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Wee Laddie up, droning out the blue stairs over into lobby. We do see Schemos downstairs by lobby at the moment as well. Itriz, Ampbutt in assembly hallways. Karamu takes out Hazel. Early frag for Revolt to give up there as we see Beaver on the printer's window. Hickman watching printer's window, looking to find a kill there. As we see Zav does prep that smoke, tossing that. Oh, a frag into conference and takes out Karamu. Oh, what a frag as Zav finds 2. Itriz takes out Johan. And we see a 3 versus 3 here. This could be what Revolt needed to get this game back together. As Hickman in sight. He swings right into Beaver, who picks up that kill. And that got very, very close quarters. As Schema's now in lobby. Wee Laddie takes that kill. And it's now a 1 versus 3. Zav found a few good kills as Zav picks up 1. Needs to take out 2 more IVI players. EMP has been planted. Now, IVI, all they really need to do is get a good setup here, and they may be able to get a round in on Zav. Currently, the EMP is in the kill box, as we see Wee Laddie Beaver over in conference at the moment. We might get to that 30-second warning in just a second here, as Zav does pick up that healing syringe, walking right into conference, notices Wee Laddie there, and does get a tag, but it looks like Beaver may go into kill box there. Beaver was cloaked in the corner and picked up the kill on Zav. Wee Laddie was acting as bait to get Zav to push into conference, and it worked. And what a clever strategy from IVI. Braves, welcome. How's it going?
Yeah, it just worked out so well for them once again. It seems RVA were not able to retake the map control and force IVI into a small space. And then I think Zav could win a 1v2 against IVI players. But against Beaver, I feel like in this game, from what Beaver has shown, he's on his own level. There's a 1v2 and then there's a 1v2 with Beaver. And honestly, Beaver just completely changes it there, showing some great skill, really leading his team by example in this game. And doing a great job. Now as we go into this 5th round, 3-1.
And a quick scoreboard update here. Zav the Slab 3-2, Johan 3-3, Schemos 1-2, Hickman 2-4, and Hazel 0-4. Over on IVI, Karamu 6-2, Beaver 4-1, Antbutt 1-3, Itriz 3-2, and Wee Laddie 1-1. It's now time for the 5th round. IVI have a 2-round lead over Revolt. They're going to look to extend that with this round. The maximum amount of rounds that IVI can get right now going into the second half is a 5-1 lead over Revolt. And they're on a good track to get that. Now, Revolt only have 3 Vezins this round. IVI's pockets are getting deeper, but we do see Schemos pick up Karamu. Itriz finds that refrag, does recover some supplies there as Revolt IVI in blue hallway. We do see a frag toss into site A. Zav now up by that cubby, looking to swing out and find a kill, but nobody on IVI is there right now. Look at this, Finto, we see Hazel coming up through the orange stairs. Could we see some counterplay here?
This is the map control that RVL might need to take this back, but without the Vezin, Hazel might not be able to pick up the same amount of kills as they might hope, but against Beaver, that's crucial for this game, and picks up that Vezin. A great play from Hazel.
Yeah, if Revolt pick up that Vezin, which they did, yeah, this could skew the round in favor of Revolt. It could keep them in this game. We see Johan tucking behind that cabinet, and actually the dead body of Schemos is providing good cover for Johan, hiding the end of that gun, and possibly IVI not expecting somebody to be back there anymore. Is Itriz in storage right now? Is Hazel just outside of that cubby? Zav over in site B as we have about a minute left on the clock. EMP is in the hands of Antbutt at the moment as we see Wee Laddie in the corner of blue hallway might find a kill at the end of the hall there on either Hickman or Johan, but currently good discipline from Revolt as they're sticking to their spots. They hear the EMP planted, but Wee Laddie finds Johan. Itriz takes out 1. Hazel looks to pick up a kill and does find 2, finds 3. Good triple kill from Hazel, and that secures the round for Revolt. They're not out of this yet.
That was a 4K from Hazel that round. An amazing play coming up from the orange stairs, picking up Beaver, a crucial player in the games today. And then coming in getting the double. Hazel knew exactly what was happening there, so if they had gotten out of that window, they would have gotten to the hatch, held that EMP, and the game would have basically been over for RVL. But instead, Hazel knew exactly what they needed to do. They needed to make sure they did not make it to that window lined them up and shot them down and took that round. An amazing play there.
100%, yeah, and we see, we've got a disconnect from Revolt. Hopefully Hazel can reconnect there, as we do have IVI. They're hurting for cash at the moment. They do have 2 RCPs and an RL. This could be the key for Revolt to get control back over this game. Ideally, they'd like to get a 3rd round right here and tie up the game heading into the second half. If IVI wins this, they'll move in with 2 rounds over Revolt. But currently we see Bot Nicholas downstairs in lobby. If Hazel doesn't reconnect soon, or another player from Revolt, maybe they need a sub, that could be bad. That could be a whole player and a Vezin in the hands of IVI. But luckily, Nicholas is being smart right now. Actually, yeah, okay. Nicholas is just kind of sitting in the kill box at the moment, giving Revolt plenty of time to get their 5th back in here. As we see Beaver, Karamu, Itriz outside of the bridge right now. Wee Laddie droning, and Antbutt over on gravel. This is an interesting play. This is one of the first strategies we saw from IVI on this map, where they send in most of their players onto the bridge, and they have one sitting outside on gravel. And this created an interesting way to press the enemy from two angles there. It pushed Karamu out of bathroom and into the line of fire of the IVI players. As Itriz now swinging into control room. Johan, oh, Hickman tosses a frag. That finds Itriz. Not good for IVI's. The 5th has connected for Revolt. We've swapped out Hazel for Ran 7. And we'll see what happens to Wee Laddie chasing out, looking to take out that door blocker. As Hickman finds Beaver through the wall. Karamu very, very low, and IVI, they're losing some of that momentum here as Antbutt now behind that cabinet. We do see Antbutt, Karamu in control room at the moment. Do they have breaching foam? They do. Antbutt has foam applied to that wall, as we see Hickman up on the kitchen island there, and we see Ran 7 in the corner by the trash cans. Yeah, did you have something for me, Finto?
Yeah, if I can interrupt to bring attention to Skimos, who is taking back that map control and coming in from behind. He picks up Wee Laddie here. Antbutt takes him out.
Yeah, picked up the kill on Wee Laddie, but Antbutt did refrag. Thanks for that, Finto. As we see Zav over in the kill box at the moment. Antbutt in control room. Hickman in the corner of kitchen. It's a 3 versus 2. And all of that counterplay from Revolt has really paid off this round. It's slowed down IVI. They're not letting that aggressive push get the better of them. EMP is currently down. And Karamu looking to pick that up. They need to get that planted soon over on IVI, but Hickman finds one. Karamu looks to refrag, but Ran 7 saves... Ran 7 saves Hickman. And we are going to go into the second half of this game with a tie between the two sides.
Yeah, wow, RVL maybe starting to take this back and putting IVI, who definitely excels on the attack, in defense. And only giving them 3 rounds. That's a good position for RVL to be in, especially with their aim and how well they've shown that they can work on this map. RVL being a very old team compared to IVI, and this of course being the only map that was available in alpha. I think their experience here, when you used to do 3 matches, when you do scrim, and you used to do 3 games, all of which were on factory back in the alpha. I think you can see the experience from there coming into play. This map must be like a home to them.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens in this round. So, I mean, Revolt, they've got 2 spectrals and 3 spectrals, and look at that, 2 healing syringes. They are, buying into this first round. But look at actually, now that I'm noticing, I have also got 2 healing syringes. It should be very interesting to see. Both of these teams are spending more money on round 1 in order to try and undercut the other one. But they've both kind of invested the same amount into each of into this round. We do see foam from Johan as Revolt starting off their offensive half. Johan moving in along with Rand 7. We see Demos as Hickman finds Itriz. Gramu very, very low. Well, not very, very low. On 42 at the moment. A little under half. It might be reckless to push out into Orange Storage with that healing syringe. Two recovery players from IVI. Oh, as Beaver takes out Slav.
Ooh,
Two recovery
that's
players.
brutal.
May want to stick more centralized to the side as we see foam applied to that Orange Storage wall. Hickman peeking that breach along with Rand 7. Beaver playing center at the moment. Karamu watching connector as Beaver may find a kill here, but Hickman swinging to the right. Beaver waiting for that kill on the left as just barely misses Hickman. No, does spot Hickman as a double kill from IVI. Look at this. Ampa finds a kill on Schemos. It's now just down to Rand 7, who's in the corner of Orange Storage at the moment. Could we see Rand 7 clutch this up? In a difficult spot at the moment as Karamu, Wee Laddie, both watching B at the moment. They're tossing weapons over, excuse me, Karamu is tossing weapons over to Wee Laddie as we see Ampa now through assembly just behind Big Blue Box. EMP is down in the corner as Rand 7 finds Ampa. Could we see Karamu and Wee Laddie clutch this, or will Rand 7 find those two kills? Less than a minute on the clock right now. We need to see this. It's going to be big. This round decides the momentum for the rest of this second half. IVI going to want to pick this up. Revolt going to want to pick this up. It's anybody's game at this point. Rand 7 watching for that flank, but the EMP is just in the corner there. Wee Laddie, Karamu both in sight. He is Rand 7 doesn't pick up the EMP. Looks to find one and finds a double kill as Revolt. Oh my goodness, a clutch from Rand 7, who gets the round and sets the momentum in favor of Revolt for the second half.
Wow, I'm still in shock from that amazing clutch from a 1v3. Rand 7 having just joined the game now, being subbed on, and instantly hitting the 1v3 clutch when we all thought it was over. I believed, honestly, I thought Beaver's not still alive. Some of them are low HP, and you only need to get the 2 headshots on a player to get the kill with the Spectral, and he did it for all 3 players, one by one. And I think the morale's gonna be very high on the RVL side right now. An amazing round from them, or specifically Rand 6. I mean Rand 7. Yeah, amazing overall.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens in the second half. Yeah, as Finto pointed out, good morale from RVL, but that's gotta hurt IVI's morale a bit there. They were so close; it looked like they had that round in the bag, but you can't let your guard down in this level of the competition. We have, 2 very, very good teams, and IVI they're looking to find this momentum so that remember, if they win this map, they are going to win the series, and RVL will be out of the playoffs. I think an upset, but Hickman finds Itriz. RVL are in a good spot to get control of this game. They're currently a round up over IVI as the frag is primed by Beaver. Does have that Jesper. Do have 2 Vezins in the hands of Revolt as Wee Laddie finds Johan, but Hickman refrags. 3 4 versus 2 as Zav does find Beaver. What will we see here? We do have a Spectral from Karamu, a Cyclone from Amput. Karamu watching Site B, and Amput is where? I can't find Amput. Oh, there's Amput. Looking through the lobby. Might pick up a kill here. If Amput can get their hands on a Vezin, that would be very advantageous for IVI, but Revolt, they're looking very good at the moment. Karamu taken out by Zav. We could see the momentum that Revolt needs right here as we have Amput over in Museum looking to find a kill, but Hickman does spot that with that cloaking device. Zav and Hickman as Hickman finds the kill on Amput. And just like that, Revolt have taken the lead of this game. They are now 2 rounds up over IVI. This is the first time in the game today that Revolt have had a lead over IVI.
Well, the morale is high. The aim is even better, and RVL just have this momentum. I honestly don't think they're gonna stop. They only need 1 more round to put them on match point. By taking that 1 round, putting them on match point, I believe they have to go to a 3rd, which gives them even more chance. It's just going great for them. Yeah, I'm still in shock from that clutch from Ran, honestly, but just all of the very skilled gameplay. I really think they can take this back now.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I mean, it's as Svinta said, Revolt looking in a good position to get this game back. We'll find out if they can. As we currently see, it looks like it's going to be a roof play from Revolt at the moment. Fuse does have foam on that hatch. IVI can technically still win this. They need to bring 4 straight rounds up on Revolt in order to win. If they lose this one, Revolt will have match point, in which case IVI could only tie it, and then we'd move into a 3rd map as Fuse tossing that frag down. Hickman finds Karamu as Ran 7 is rushed storage. Itriz does pick up that kill though as Zav and Hickman enter in lockers. What a frag! That pushes Hickman right into Beaver, who picks up that kill. Zav now in lockers. And it hasn't worked out for Revolt here as IVI. It's a 4 versus 2. Zav does have that cloak as Johan does have the Vezin, but Amput takes out Zav. It's now just down to Johan, and EMP is down. And I think IVI have spotted that. It's now just down to Johan, who's up on the roof right now. Might be a salvage play from Revolt, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. It did not go the way that Revolt wanted it to.
Yeah, that just didn't go, just picked off 1 by 1 and not quite enough. And IVI just getting aggressive with the push, knowing that they would catch some of the RVL members off guard, and with the Vezins, they're just easily able to take those kills. Looks like from Johan here, it's going to be a salvage. Yeah, save that Vezin. I guess you have to think about it in his mind. They only need to win 1 round, and to take this back, IVI after this one will need to win 2. So by putting them on that 5-4, keeping that Vezin, that's going to be a much better position than putting the Vezin on the line and possibly ending up with the 5-4 again, except this time without the Vezins.
Yeah, actually we are missing another member of Revolt at the moment. Hopefully they can get that 5th back. That wouldn't be good if they start off next round.
Yeah.
I mean, the bots on Factory tend to rush the site, so hopefully we get that reconnect from Revolt and they fill that up. This is a good time to go over the scoreboard here. Karamu 8-7, Beaver 7-5, Amput 4-7, Itriz 7-6, and Weeladdie 3-5 over on Revolt. Hickman 10-7, Ran 7, 5-1, Zavdislav 5-4, Johan 3-7. Who was in Bruno's spot? That was Fuse 0-1 at the moment. This round is going to expire, and it will fall into the hands of IVI, who are 1 round off of tying this game up. I could easily see either team pull ahead here. IVI looking to tie it up, though.
So they're definitely IVI going to be fighting for this. They need to win the next 3 rounds to take. If they win the next 3 rounds, they take the whole game. But they're going to have to go for a perfect 3 rounds and not lose a single one. RVL needs to take 1 round to send it to a 3rd, which will be Skyscraper. I'm not sure what the sides will be, but I think RVL would much rather send this to a 3rd, where they once again get to reset, take a minute, and have another shot and possibly take the whole game. It's honestly going to come down to the wire here. I think it's going to be close.
There's only one more round before we get into the like that crazy danger zone for both of the teams. IVI have one more round before they get to their fifth, and if they do get to their fifth round, they could push for victory if they tie it up. You know, we could see a couple things. We could see a tie, which would still put IVI at an advantage because all they would need to do is win or tie the third map. We could see Revolt win, which would even the odds heading into the third map. Hickman actually getting tagged from Karamu in Orange Storage. Yeah, so there are a couple possibilities here. We might see a fourth map. I'm not sure. That's quite a ways off. As we do see an instant toss into Orange Storage. It's a spread from RVL across the orange half of the map. Zav, as Hazel has reconnected in that fifth spot for RVL's. Hickman takes out Itriz. Hazel now pushing into Orange Storage, getting ready to push Site B is Karamu finds Zav through the wall, and Hazel getting ready to swing into Site B. Beaver playing center at the moment. Is less than 2 minutes on the clock. Bait out kill there. Oh, and Hazel takes out Beaver. Hazel finds a double. As we see a 2 versus 4 at the moment. EMP is getting planted by Johan. Wheelatty is rushing through assembly. IVI don't want to lose this round, but Wheelatty takes out round 7 as Hickman over by the rotation into Site A. Hazel sitting right next to that
Antbot from behind. Sorry, if I could bring attention to that. We've got Antbot coming from down the staircase into storage from behind. Johan was watching it.
Yeah, Johan picked up that kill. Incredible denial of counterplay as Wheelatty, the only one left for IVI. We could go to a third map here. Wheelatty now moving through electrical. It looks like I think a lot of the strength from IVI has been on their attacking half. We'll see if they can pick up this round, but Johan takes out Wheelatty, who walked right into those 2 Vezins, and just like that, Revolt have secured match point for map 2.
And that's it, everyone. We are going to a third today, securing those 6 points, that match point. RVL having another chance at this, and yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. Commentators, make sure to stick about because it's just gonna get better, everyone. It's just gonna get better.
Yeah, it's only getting more exciting right now. We could see, as I mentioned before, the only way for IVI, you know, the best possible outcome for them is they tie this map up. They need to win 2 rounds. RVL can win this round, and then we go to a third map, and we could potentially see a victor there. I mean, if the third map ties, then we'd see a fourth map, which we've seen, I think, twice in the playoffs for the BCL. We'll see what happens here. Again, that is a bit of a ways off. Will Revolt win this round? Or will IVI bring 2 rounds back to tie up this map? We'll find out in just a moment here as Hazel, Zav, Rand, Johan all up on the roof right now. It looks like they're dropping outside of blue hallway. We do see Ampa watching blue hallway. Itriz in blue hallway. And this is a good defense from IVI. They're trying to keep Revolt out of lockers and blue hallway for as long as possible. 2.5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, they're gonna be. Is gonna be have to be careful. History doesn't repeat itself here. Itriz might come through and completely tear up the attack again. Looks like they're being a bit more careful this time. Antbot's in the corner here though. Could catch him out.
Oh, Hickman takes out Antbot. Good denial there as it's a 4 versus 5 at the moment. Itriz only as a Cyclone as Rand takes out Wheelatty. And Revolt have found that momentum. Beaver takes out Zav. stuck in the center of B at the moment as we see Karamu over in A. Itriz watching connector. Hickman ran 7 in lockers as Beaver takes out 1, finds 2. Could IVI win this? It's a 2 versus 3 right now. Beaver's put in a lot of work in center right there as Johan and Hazel both in lockers at the moment. We see that shield switch recovered by RBL's. Hazel takes out Karamu. It's a 2 versus 2 at the moment. That cloaking device really helping out Hazel there, slowing down the reaction time of IVI. Beaver still playing center of B as we see a minute 10 on the clock. Hazel blinded by that flashbang as Johan moving in, but Beaver takes out 2.
That's
and
an ace.
finds, it was an ace by Beaver to clutch up the round and keep IVI in this game.
Yeah, that's an amazing hold from Beaver. RVL going to be beating themselves up after that one because Beaver just standing in the middle, crouching up and down from the door to breach. What just headshot after headshot, holding that perfectly. Even though they took out that roamer ant, but Beaver still managed to take that back on the defense. I said it, and I'll say it again. Beaver is a dangerous weapon that IVI have here on their hands. He is something else as a player. That was just an amazing show of skill, I think. A perfect demonstration of what he's capable of.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable clutch. It looks like Revolt had that round, and we were going to see the end of IVI in map 2, but Beaver successfully held the team on for another round. IVI poised in a position to possibly tie this up. Go ahead, Finto.
Yeah, we do have to remember, no matter what, this is the last round in the game.
Yeah, so either Revolt is going to win map 2 here, or IVI are going to tie it up. It would be advantageous for IVI to tie right now. We do see a trip mine as Hazel baits that out. Wow, good movement there as Hickman takes out Beaver. A frag tossed out. That almost found Johan, who did get away. Hazel now pushing up into orange storage. Revolt are playing aggressively here. This might throw off IVI as we see a drone spotting the players in the center of B. Not good for IVI to let that drone spot them for that long. They've given a lot of info up to Revolt. Itriz by Big Blue Box, tossing an instant up on top of the box, but that doesn't find anybody as Johan taken out by Itriz. Weeladdy finds Hazel as Weeladdy, okay, no, we didn't get any more kills. As Zav takes out Ampa. 3 versus 3 right now as Hickman in assembly. And we do see Itriz still behind Big Blue Box as Hickman up on the top of the beam there in assembly. Ooh, what is the play here from Revolt? They did hear the drop as Hickman finds Itriz. Ooh. Now just down to Karamu and Weeladdy. Beaver is down, not able to clutch up for IVI. Can Weeladdy and Karamu do the job here? We will find out. Ram 7 now swinging in as Karamu takes out Zav. Hickman refrags. Weeladdy refrags Hickman. And it's
this
a
is the most
1v1. It all comes down to this. Will Ran 7 win or will Weeladdy? Ran 7 is pushing up to connector right now as Weeladdy over in Janitor. 50 seconds left on the clock. EMP hasn't been planted yet. Ran 7 doesn't have possession of it. Weeladdy doesn't know that the EMP is down. And the EMP is over in, that looks like orange storage still. It's in the doorway between orange storage and site B. As long as Weeladdy doesn't commence a fight with Ran 7 here, IVI can tie this up. Weeladdy does have that RCP, putting them at a disadvantage. Ran does recover that EMP, and Revolt may win the round right here as Ran 7 getting that EMP planted. This is Weeladdy's chance as the EMP is now planted. Ran 7 watching the rotations, looks to find Weeladdy. It does!
When he
and
takes
Revolt wins Map 2,
He takes it.
7-5, and he takes the clutch, and they're going to map 3
He's done
on
it.
an even base.
I didn't get a chance to say it during that 1v1, but I'm pretty sure. I think honestly that is probably the most crucial 1v1 in the EU scene that has ever happened. Honestly, if you think about it, whichever team wins this goes to finals, and these teams are very skilled, possibly the best too. I think that these are good. Whichever one of these teams goes to finals, either one of them will have the best chance against VRF, who just won against CC. Honestly, and of course REL, meaning that they only have to win the next game to take this. Yeah, I think that was one of, if not the most crucial 1v1 in the history of the EU breacher scene.
Yeah, definitely. That was quite the nail-biter finish there. Let's take a look at the scoreboard really quick. Beaver 12-7, Karamu 10-10, Ampa 4-10, Itriz 8-9, and Wee Laddie 6-8 over on Revolt. Hickman 15-9, Ran 7-3, Johan to go 5-9, Zav 6-7, Hazel 4-2. What a finish from both of these teams. And of course, the win from Revolt here means not only that we're going to a third map, but we're going to a third map on an even slate. Apologies, by the way, for interrupting you, Finto, but we will see. I mean, both of these teams have scored a map, so that means that whoever wins this next one, I mean, they're both poised to win on this next map. We could see a tie, and then it would move to fourth map, but right now, it looks like we will have a winner decided on map 3. And big shout out to the 50 people currently watching the stream here.
Wow.
Really appreciate you. I'm Gibular Bob. This is my co-caster Finto. And of course, on cams, we do have VR Floopy. Great job from everyone here. And yeah, it's been just an incredible game today. And yeah, I mean, we're going to see a third map still, so don't go away because it's still going to be very, very exciting. I actually think I got a DM here, maybe.
If you're just joining us, if you're one of the 10 people who seems to have just jumped into this stream or more, if you look at the scores above us, you will see that Ivy took the first game 7-3 on Hideout, and RVL managed to take back that this last game, sending them to a third on an even slate on Factory 7-5. That's the scores above us here, with the amazing assets that have been made by the one and only OGY Zuko, who's doing a great job leading this casting team. I think he is one of the people we need to thank the most in this team for all the hard work he has been doing. Thank you so much. He's making all of this possible.
Yeah, he's put in a killer amount of effort here, and we see, just the production quality for the BCL streams have just skyrocketed thanks to all of his hard work. Currently, if you want a status update, we're on a 10-minute break at the moment, so you have time to get up and do something really quick. But currently, we are on that 10-minute break, and of course, this is a good time to update you on the playoffs here. Let me get you the bracket for the EU today is Revolt versus IVI, and we had Crimson Claw versus VRF, which I believe ended in a victory for VRF. Do you know the result of that, Finto?
Yes, I believe I do. I know I think VRF took that 14-6, I believe was the score. I think so, which is just amazing. That means they are going to the finals against whichever team wins this third game. This is going to be a great game.
Yeah, it looks like we were going to see IVI versus Revolt. Or excuse me, not IVI versus Revolt. IVI versus VRF, but that's up in the air at the moment as Revolt win that previous round. We could see them win now, and then it would be, VRF versus Revolt. But it's anyone's game at this point. But the finals are going to have VRF. We're now deciding who their opponent is going to be. Is it going to be IVI, the number number 4 team in the EU, or Revolt, the number 1 team in the EU. We'll find out. And next week is going to be the finals for this EU bracket. Don't miss it because it's going to be really, really entertaining. Whoever makes it to the finale there. And over in North America, we do have. We already had one game. We had Wicked versus One Crew. Wicked did win that. Tomorrow, I will be casting Wrecked versus the Older Guys at 9 p.m. EST. We had the other 2 matches, Eternity versus OP. Eternity won that 14-1, I believe. Let me check the score really quick. It was 14-1. Eternity did win that. And then we also had Acer versus Rebel. Map 1 went to Acer 7-1. Map 2 went to Acer 7-4. So it was 14-5 there. So currently the only match we have left, again, is going to be Wrecked versus the Older Guys. So whoever wins that will go against Wicked in the semifinals for NA. And then we know that the next match for NA in the semifinals is going to be Eternity versus Acer. Big advice from Cubular Bob. Don't miss that game. That's going to be really exciting. Acer, the champions of the VRML preseason, they're a force to be reckoned with. And Eternity are an incredibly good team as well. They just beat Infinity in the game for the VRML. So it's going to be a close game. Definitely there. And whoever wins Wrecked versus the Older Guys, by the way, that's going to be close too. They're going to face off Wicked. So we're getting down into nothing but close games over in NA at the moment. And of course, you know, that EU final next week, that's going to be a big match. So we've got a lot of exciting stuff planted. Don't miss any of that. Anything to add, Finto?
I don't think so. The only thing I have to add is that you do not want to miss this game that's about to happen. So I think we're gonna go to the highlight
we're
reels.
not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere.
No?
We are
No, we're not going
starting
anywhere.
the third.
Okay, we are
and
starting the
final
third.
map.
Never mind. We are ready to go. We are
Here we go.
going into the game. This is it. This is the end. This is the end game.
This is the end game. For all the marbles right now, Revolt versus IVI. Who will win this semifinals match and go on to face VRF in the finals? Is it going to be number 1 Revolt, or is it going to be number 4 IVI? Finto, Floopy, and I are about to find out, as well as everybody else here. Big thanks to everybody who showed up to support the BCL. Currently, we've taken a look at the starting eco from Revolt. 4 Spectrals, 3 Spectrals, a Cyclone, and a Jesper from Revolt. 3 Cyclones, a Spectral, and a Jesper from IVI, who are starting off this match on defense. Now, IVI are starting off on the preferred side on Skyscraper, as it gives you the opportunity to roam. But that all really depends on how well you play this as a roamer. We do see a drone from Revolt taken out by ItRiz. We've got Weeladdy and Antbutt over in server. Fuse now just outside of Red Room. If Fuse makes too much noise in there, Antbutt and Weeladdy are definitely going to hear it. Weeladdy does have a frag prime, does have a Jesper. Antbutt takes out Johan, a frag tossed out. That almost takes out Hazel as Hickman takes out Hazel with a frag. That's a team kill. Antbutt finds Fuse as Hickman takes out Beaver. Weeladdy refrags. It's now just down to Rand 7, a 1 versus 4 here. Not the ideal opening for Revolt as Karami at the end of the hallway, exchanging fire with Rand 7, and ItRiz might swing out. Rand 7 was tagged by the frag as ItRiz swings Rand 7, and round 1 of map 3 goes to IVI.
Yeah, that did not work out for RVO. You can really see this map is slightly defender-sided. RVO are not going to be happy about that for their third game. Of course, they only have to win a few rounds for this to go to defense and then maybe have a perfect game, which I think is definitely possible from the skill these guys have shown so far. But yeah, it's not looking so good for them. Although, of course, this is just a pistol round, and things can change very rapidly as people change up weapons and start to get the rifles.
Yeah, so because... Wow, look at that, actually. IVI picked up 2 more heals. They've got 4 healing syringes on their team this round. The big advantage
wow.
for
Wow.
Skyscraper is his defense-sided, depending on how you play it, of course. But if the attacking team can pick up even like a round or 2, it could be very, very bad for the team who starts off on defense, because if the other team plays incredibly well when they get to defense, which is easier to do, then you could potentially see, like I just said, a perfect game in the second half. We're about to find out if that's going to happen or not. If IBI, depending on how well they play this, they could go in, with a lockout, but it's not starting off that way, as Fuse does take out ItRiz. Hazel now outside a lower lounge as Hickman, Ran7 and Fuse all in upper lounge. Johan on north stairs as we see Ran7 moving into upper lounge. Amput in the storage hallway, slowly making their way with that Cyclone. Might find a kill on Hickman here if they're not careful enough. They're not being careful as Amput takes out Hickman. Ran7 looks to refrag and does. But it's a 4 versus 3 at the moment. Fuse is still incredibly low, and healing syringes have been dropped by IVI. Did they get the healing syringes up on Revolt? They didn't at the moment. Where did they go? I'm not quite sure. As we do see, oh, okay, one has been dropped by ItRiz over in Site B, as we see the remaining Revolt players over by lower lounge as Beaver takes out Johan. Ran7 looked to refrag, didn't quite secure that. Hazel taken out by Beaver as Ran7 does refrag. It's now a 2 versus 2. Fuse is still on 6 health, and Wee Laddie in Site A at the moment in the conference hallway, but Wee Laddie takes out Ran7. It's now just down to Fuse, who's on 6 health, and this is going to be tough for Revolt right here. What's the plan here, Finto?
6 HP, a Vezin. It's not looking too good for him. It's definitely possible if he can catch people by surprise, but it's not looking good for him.
Oh,
I think,
no.
yeah.
Off the proximity alarm.
It's
That's
just
gonna
not.
make it. It's gonna make it even more difficult.
Yeah, it's
for
just
Fuse.
not good at all. You could see, I think they made sure not to send Antbot with that syringe, and they left it on site. It's actually starting to be quite common among teams to leave a base, like a base syringe, somewhere people can go back and get, and make sure no one dies with it off site. Which clearly has worked here.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Looks like Fuse may potentially go for a salvage play and just stay alive for the round. Might keep that Cyclone to eco for the next round and potentially preserve some income, some eco for another Vezin later down the line. We'll see what happens there. It looks like Fuse sticking with that Cyclone at the moment. Currently, IVI 2 rounds up on Revolt. They're going to need to keep this pace up if they want to win this first half. Remember that IVI has the potential to go with a lockout in the first half. They can get 6 rounds.
Yeah, if they do, they're gonna have to go with it. RVL's gonna have to have a perfect game after that to get onto a 4th. But with the Vezins now, which RVL are deadly with, they could take back, even just taking back 1 round puts them in a good position. It's really unfortunate that they've had to end up on the attack of a heavily defender-sided map, but if they can play it right, they have a chance. They definitely have a chance.
Yeah, but it is going to still be difficult for them as IVI have 5 Vezins. They've got 4 heals. They're looking pretty good in terms of util at the moment. Of course, we'll find out what Revolt's plan is here. They did pick up one heal, but I think they're trying not to feed too much to IVI. Currently, Johan takes out Karamu as Beaver does pick up that Vezin and the heal. The most important part for IVI is to salvage the heals here. They're just so determined to keep the heals on their sides. On their side, as Rand 7, Fuse, Johan all move into upper lounge. Hickman, Hazel outside of upper lounge as Beaver takes out Johan. Amput on the flank might find a kill here if RVL is not careful. Hazel now swinging out, finds the kill on Amput. Good shutdown, a counterplay from Hazel as Wheelat swings out, finds the kill on Hazel. Pre-firing there is Fuse, Hickman, Rand 7, all in upper lounge. It's 3 versus 3 at the moment. And IVI have lost a lot of their heals. Well, they're missing one at the moment. Itriz was able to pick up that third. As Wheelatty watching the hallway might find the kill on Hickman. It does! As it's now just down to Rand 7 and Fuse. Wheelatty watching Site B rotating back into storage. As we see Rand and Fuse. Well, Rand currently in the storage hallway as Fuse in upper lounge. Beaver over in the corner of Site A right now. May pick up a kill here. Depends on what Fuse does. A minute left on the clock. Revolt haven't left themselves with too much time here. Beaver Dane perfectly still may pick up the kill on Fuse, but Fuse takes out Beaver. Itriz refrags, however, it's a 2 versus 1. Rand 7 clutch up once. Can Rand 7 do it again?
I really do believe. I think definitely has a chance here. He knows where the two players are, and he just has to play his cards perfect.
Rand 7 finds 2! Rand 7 does it!
Done it!
Clutches up for the second time for Revolt and gives them a round on the offense. That could be
You can't just
so
clutch again and again. Whoa, that's just not possible. What on earth? Ran. That's amazing. No words. No words. For what Ran just did there for a second time, just picking up one kill, picking up two, and taking back the game, and just proving that these RVL members as individuals, maybe if they don't have the same level as teamwork as IVI as a team, these RVL members as individuals are some of the best players, if not the best players in the EU scene. That was beautiful to watch. Just beautiful.
Yeah, it really was. And IVI don't have a whole lot of money here. They're ecoing on this round. This could give a second round to Revolt. Not the kind of pace you want to be giving up when you're on defense in Skyscraper. So we'll see what happens in this round. Currently, Rand 7, Fuse heading down the side of the building as Hickman, Fuse, Rand 7 all watching upper lounge. Amput is waiting in there at the moment. May get spotted by that drone.
I can draw attention to Itriz in the corner here.
Yeah,
that's deadly.
Outside of lower lounge, they pick up Rand 7 is Hickman taken out by Amput. Good talking there. Oh, but Amput didn't get control of that Vezin, dropped their Cyclone for a moment there. But getting spotted by the drone, and Amput wasn't able to secure that Vezin, and actually, dropped the Cyclone. Is now stuck with the Jesper. Not the best situation for Amput at the moment, but did secure that kill on Revolt as Hazel now collecting the heals and tossing another one. And now Revolt has control of the healing. As we do see a 5 versus 4 at the moment. Hatch into management has been blown open. Karamu watching the rotation is Itriz still tucking in lower lounge. May pick up a kill on Johan or Rand 7 if they don't watch that that angle to the right.
That's-
It could be a
that's
big
brutal.
oversight as Ran7 looks to swing in. Irriz might find a kill. Oh, Ran7 with a flick. Picks up
Genius
Irriz.
game
Good
sense.
spotting there as Hazel now in site B. Fuse takes out Karamu. Weeladdie over in conference at the moment, tossing in a frag. Beaver takes out Johan. Hazel tagged as Beaver finds a second. Can Beaver take out a third? Ran7 incredibly low as Hazel takes out Weeladdie. It's a 2 as Amput takes out Ran7 from from the hatch upstairs as we see Hazel, the only player left on Revolt. As Hazel finds 2! Hazel clutches
Clutch
it
after
up
clutch.
for Revolt as they
Again.
tied up this first half. Oh my goodness. What an
I
amazing
think that's
round.
Hazel's second clutch after the one where she took out the 2 players running to the hatch. These RVL members, it's crazy. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just taking turns letting the rest of them die just so they can clutch. This is amazing gameplay. I cannot believe that this is happening. They had to clutch after clutch after clutch. These RVL members are proving that the impossible is possible with these plays. I am in shock, and I'm sure everyone else watching is. This is insane. This is what the highest level of breachers looks like. This is honestly amazing.
I mean, think about it. Like, we started off map 1 7-3. That went to IVI. Revolt, it didn't look like they were going to make it far. Map 2, they started off and they were down a couple rounds, but they found their momentum here. And on map 3, they've just tied it up on the offense. Now, IVI do have Vezins here. They have 2 heals, but Revolt, they also have Vezins. They've got the util that they need. It's anybody's game at this point. And if Revolt can go into the second half of this game onto defense with a 3-3 tie, or potentially we could see a 4-2 lead, it could be very bad for IVI. Currently, Ampa watching upstairs finds one. Quickly gets refragged by Ran7. Good reaction time from Revolt. They didn't let Ampa take out 2, but a good tuck from Ampa who found 1. Beaver takes out Hazel. The key players for Revolt are starting to get taken out here. We'll see what happens. Ran7, Hickman, Fuse on second floor at the moment as Fuse foaming the hatch into Site B. Excuse me, as we see Beaver, Karamu over in Site B, that's Lounge at the moment. We see Hickman in that window. Nobody from IVI is watching Site A. And really, if Revolt could get that EMP in Site A, they could really capitalize off of it right now. Karamu still watching Site B along with Beaver. And I think Hickman's line of thinking here is that no team would abandon Site A this much in a playoff game, but IVI have done that. However, it's not the worst for them right now. Only Hickman is outside of A, waiting for the rest of the team to push in. Karamu now moving back into A in that rotation as Itriz watching the office hallway as Fuse tucking in the corner of the south stairs hallway. We do see Itriz, Weeladdie rotating back into the bathroom as Beaver, Karamu over on A at the moment. Less than a minute left on the clock. Hickman's no longer at the office window. That's interesting. RVL have moved over to the office wall side of the map as Itriz in the corner over in the offices looks to find a kill on Hickman and does. As Fuse in that corner now, not good for Revolt as they're 2 players down. Karamu finds Fuse. It's now just down to Ran7, who would need to 1v4 clutch this, in which case that would actually be an ace if Ran7 could clutch this. But not with 10 seconds left on the clock. Ran7 does recover a Vezin as well as a heal, and time is going to expire to to give IVI the lead of this game. The best that Revolt can hope for now is a tie heading into the second half.
Yeah, round 7 is just playing him, even though he said like getting the 1 kill for his team here and knowing exactly what to do, picking up the 2 syringes. He is just amazing for this team. If we had a system to vote MVPs, so you know, maybe that's actually a good idea for each match. You know, the best vote player of the match. But I think I would round 7 here would be my pick. He is just with the next level gameplay right now. Yeah, it's just amazing. Of course, 3-2 now though, so with the last round, RVL is going to want to take this back even. Taking this back even when they started on attack is like amazing. It's what a great position to be in, given the circumstances that they have found themselves in. So it's going to be all or nothing this round. All or nothing. This is going to be a good round.
And let's take a look at the scoreboard for just a second. Beaver 6-4 along with Ampa, Wee Laddie 4-2, Itriz 3-3, and Karamu 1-2 over on Revolt. Ran 7-6-3, Fuse 3-4, Hazel 4-4, and both Johan to go and Hickman 1-5. Here we are on round 6. It's the halftime round, which means that IVI after this round are going to be on the offense. Now, Revolt, their best bet for this round and what they hope to accomplish is to tie up this game heading into the second half. IVI are going to look to get a 2-round lead up on Revolt. That would be their best case scenario, and that would lighten the burden they have when they go on offense by a little bit. It's still going to be difficult to get some rounds up, but Hazel swings into a trip. I knew it was there, but just wasn't able to take it out as Beaver takes out Fuse. Hickman finds Karamu. It's a 3 versus 4 as Hickman, a little over half, does get the heal up, but Beaver takes out Ran 7. Is this now just down to Hickman and Johan? Beaver takes out Hickman. Incredible defense. And it's now just down to Johan to go with the Cyclone over on Green Hallway. His spot is Beaver takes out Johan.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
like that, IVI move into the second half with a 2-round lead over Revolt.
And that's going to be, honestly, I think for RVL, that's a good position to be in. IVI is going to have to take the next three rounds, and it's going to have to be 5 rounds for RVL with, you know, like a two round leeway.
Can I interrupt you for just a minute?
Yeah, of course.
Finto. Sumachi, thank you for the raid. Brought 19 viewers over. We're up to 89
That's
viewers
amazing.
on this match. This is unbelievable, and here we are.
Sumachi, you're a legend.
The halftime round. Well, the side swaps. So now Revolt on defense, IVI on offense. Take it away, Finto.
Well, of course, Sumachi, you're a legend. Wow, 89 viewers. That's sorry, I'm in shock. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, as we go into this round, a good position for RVL to be in, taking 2 rounds when they started on attack.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but we do see 3 Spectrals from RVL. They picked up 2 heals as well, a Cyclone and a Jesper over on IVI. A Spectral, 4 Cyclones from IVI. Now, IVI has had an amazing ability to set the pace of the round, and they threw off Revolt quite a bit when they were attacking on Hideout. They started off doing that on Factory, and it seemed like they were a little weaker on defense, just purely assessing them. But Fuse tucked in broadcast at the moment. That's a good spot to hide. I don't know if IVI successfully droned out Fuse. Hazel at the other end of the broadcast hallway as Wee Laddie up on South Stairs, about to round that, but Hazel picks up that kill. That's a difficult angle to challenge when you have a Cyclone there. But we do see Hazel quickly escapes before IVI can secure that refrag. Now heading back down the north stairs is Beaver, Ampa, Itriz, Karamu, all rushing into sight. Hey, that frag takes out Karamu. Ran 7 picks up that kill as Beaver looks to get the EMP down. Johan takes out Beaver. Zampa finds Hazel. Itriz takes out Johan. Hickman finds Ampa, but gets refragged by Itriz. It's now a 1 versus 2. It's just down to Itriz against Ran7 and Fuse. Ran7! Oh, I thought Ran7 was trying to stick the defuse there, but just watching for Itriz at the moment. Looks to swing out. No, Itriz now knows. As Ran7, it's a 2 versus 1, and Fuse takes out Itriz.
Oh my goodness.
Claims the pistol round in the second half. We could see Revolt come back in this game for the win.
Oh my goodness, that was such a fast round. It was trade after trade after trade, but a perfect execution from RVL. So early predictions for this game. IVI's tactics of the scoping out for roamers with the drone, I don't think it works for this map, honestly. The map is too big and there are so many roam spots. I don't think it's going to work out. I think they're going to have to switch up the push, which is quite tricky because this map is very simple for the amount of strategies you can do attacker-wise. You know, they came up with new strategies for a whole new playstyle for the other maps, but I don't think it works well for this map. With now the Vezins, the 2 Vezins that we're going to see on RVL, the RVL side, and the roamers that we're going to see, I think the RVL can take this back and take this game and go to finals. But you'll have to stick about and see, because this is one of the most intense games I've ever watched, let alone commentated on.
It has just been unbelievable. An unbelievable first half. A great comeback by Revolt. They're looking to set the pace in this this second half. They do have a round over Revolt. However, Revolt just won the previous round, and they do have a round 2 Vezin from Ran7 and Hazel, who are currently sticking over to the sites. And honestly, that's a very smart option, so that they don't drop those early. Currently, we see Fuse over in broadcast at the moment as Beaver is entering the B2 lounge downstairs. As we see Karamu up in lobby at the moment. Itriz outside of green room. Johan in green room, along with Ran7 and Hickman. They're just kind of tucking in there at the moment as we see Ampa, Karamu moving in through lobby, heading over to the storage hallway and the green room hallway as Itriz does have foam applied to the green room. As we see Johan still tucking in that green room corner. Ran7 at the back of site B at the moment as Ampa drills down the door there. We see a minute 40 left on the clock as Hickman, Hazel, Ran7, both of round 2 Vezin players are in green room at the moment. IVI stacked outside of B as Hazel picks up Karamu. The jig is up. Revolt have let IVI know that they're onto them. Fuse takes out Beaver. As IVI, they're in trouble in this round. We do have Itriz tossing a flashbang, but Johan picks up Itriz. Ampa finds Johan. As Ran7 takes out Ampa, it's now just down to Wee Laddie against the remaining 4 Revolt players, and Wee Laddie in lobby at the moment, exchanging fire with Fuse. A minute left on the clock, and Wee Laddie doesn't have that EMP. Going to need to recover that, but it's all the way over in the green room, which is guarded by 3 Revolt players at the moment. 50 seconds left on the clock. What is going to happen here? What's the strategy from Wee Laddie here, Finto?
It's going to be tricky up against 2 Vezins. He's got to just there's not going to be much strategy. It's pretty much over. Possibly deny the eco for 1 or 2 players, but I don't think I see him taking this back in any sense. I think reflecting on some good plays, where we just wait for something to happen here, if anything happens at all. I don't know if anyone noticed, but Johan there managed to pick up a kill and soften up another player. Well flashed. He just, as soon as the flashbang went and he heard the footsteps, he just started firing. And well done to Hazel as well, who peeked the doorway at the perfect time, completely caught IVI off guard, interrupted the stalemate, destroyed their formation and attack completely. And I think really helped take that round so well onto those two players in that round. Now as we go 4-4, it's a perfect game from RVL so far. They are evening it up, and every round from here on out is their round. It's defense. They have the advantage, and if they play off that advantage, if they play to their strengths and IVI's weaknesses, I think it's happening. I think we could see RVL take this back after their 7-3 loss in the first game. After the amazing 7-5 finish in the second game, I think they can take this back. But only time will tell. So as we go into more and more of these rounds, which are only getting more and more exciting with higher and higher stakes as we go into this 9th round.
We had a request to read off the scoreboard really quick, so I'll try and do that as fast as possible. Over on Revolt, Ran 7, 8-4, Hazel 7-6, Fuse 5-5, Johan 3-8, and Hickman 3-7. Over on IVI, Beaver 10-6, Ampbutt 8-6, Weeladdie 4-4, Itriz 5-5, and Karamu 2-5. And here we are. We are moving into the final, not the final round, as we both teams are tied up right now. Revolt looking to pull ahead in this round. As we do have a breach from IVI. They're all by South Stairs at the moment. Beaver, Ampbutt in the vent to server room at the moment. Revolt have done an excellent job of tying up this game so far. This could be their ticket to pull ahead and potentially win this final map. Of course, if they somehow tie up here, we go to a 4th, which would be kind of crazy. But we do see Beaver dropping into server at the moment. Karamu hit that trip mine, now on 2 health. I guess it's better than getting killed, but Hickman looks to pick up a kill. Doesn't secure that, but knows where the push from IVI is. Hickman looking to find some kills through the wall. Ampbutt getting foamed down. Hazel. Oh, Hickman swinging into server. A frag is tossed. Doesn't pick anybody up.
They're all so low.
Beaver, yeah, they're all so low on IVI right now, except for Weeladdie, who is on 100. It is a little over 50, but Beaver does take out Hickman.
A strong gust of wind could turn that whole team to dust here. They are low. This is not the best situation for them to be in, even in a 5v4.
I think if Revolt messes with the AC, they could kill them, as Hazel takes out 2 before going down to Itriz. As Rand 7 takes out Itriz, it's now a 2 versus 3. A good round from both teams, but currently 2 versus 3 at the moment. Weeladdie, Karamu did get a heal off. That's going to be very important as Karamu takes out Fuse. 2 versus 2 now, less than a minute on the clock. We're getting down to about 40 seconds on the clock. EMP is in the hands of Karamu, who is back on 15 health, got a heal, and then went right back down to 15. Weeladdie pushing through the server into the broadcast room. That EMP is going to have to get down soon. Otherwise, IVR are going to have to push for victory here, as we do see 20 seconds on the clock right now. Weeladdie going through that static as Karamu does look to break that. Johan in the broadcast along with Rand 7, and there's now about 10 seconds left on the clock. Karamu looking to get that EMP down, but Rand 7 takes out Weeladdie. Karamu needs to stick this plant as Johan and Rand 7. Oh my goodness, Karamu takes out 2 and gets the round to IVI. They move on to round 5. They're now ahead of Revolt. What a clutch by Karamu and a big oversight.
What's on earth?
Revolt.
What's on earth? They lined up. That I think that is that could be a fatal flaw here for RVL. I think. Oh my goodness, that's brutal. That is brutal. They lined up and gave them the round with like 5 seconds left. At least they still have the Vezens, but not the same kind of util. This is not looking too good for them. Not as good as it was 30 seconds ago when it was a 1v2. The EMP wasn't down, and they just lined up for him. RVL, you just can't help but feel sorry for them.
Yeah, it was. It looked like they were gonna win that, as Finto said, but a big oversight from Revolt was that they double stacked in that angle. You never want to do something like that because it presents that situation. If they went from two different sides, they could have flanked Karamu and their chances of winning that round would have gone up drastically. But it didn't work out in the end for Revolt. Now, they do still have, they're still in this game. I wouldn't count them out yet. They do have Vezins. However, they need to win this round. If they don't win this round, IVI will go on to match points, and they could push for victory. And then the only hope for Revolt would be to tie up this map.
Sorry.
You're good. And then we would see a fourth map. We'll see what happens here. Currently, Karamu, Amput out in courtyard at the moment. Beaver in courtyard, popping open that door as Rand 7 Hickman rotating back into Site B. And IVI looking to move in from conference, it looks like. Going to try that conference push over again. And they are going for that drone. They're looking to spot any kind of counterplay from Revolt as Johan in the back of conference along with Hazel. We see, they're stacking up outside of conference. The last time they tried this, it didn't go too well. But now we'll see if IVI can make it work this time around. No frag grenade from Revolt, which could hurt them here if IVI decides to stack up.
Can we draw attention
on the
to
doors.
Fuse briefly, please, on the flank? He could cause some serious problems. They did not manage to drone him out. He knows what the push is. He's going to communicate that to the team, and he is going to be ready to come in, and he picks up He's watching the flank.
Oh my goodness,
This is
as
crucial.
Beaver takes out Hazel. It is Ampa, Karamu all moving in. Johan takes out 2! As it's a 2 versus 3 at the moment. Ampa does get the EMP planted. Takes out Johan. And Fuse is looking to reinforce Hickman. 2 versus 2 here, as they're both, it's a double prong approach. Ampa now outside of conference over in the hallway downstairs, picks up 2! Hickman clutches up for Revolt!
With the double.
And they pick up this round, they tied it up! Oh my goodness.
This is insane. Whoever takes this next round, both teams need to take 2 games in a row to secure the victory and get there to finals. I knew this is coming down to the wire. We are coming to the end game here, and if they do not get their perfect game, if they go 1 round each, we go to a draw and go to a 4th. We may not be done yet, or it could all end now. This is exciting. Having a look at this scoreboard here, we see Beaver on the top frag for Ivy, and Ran on the top frag for RVL. So both players on the teams doing some serious work. Ran 7 with his amazing clutches, and Beaver just a consistent shooter, always able to hit those headshots. Yeah, this is a great match.
Apologies, just taking care of something at the moment there. We do see, yeah, that was what Revolt needed right there. They needed a miracle round to keep them in the game, and they found it. Now, it's looking difficult for IVI. They are full eco in this round. They are going in here with the expectation that they could probably lose this round to Revolt, which is why they're setting up an end game to tie it up next round. We'll see if they can do that. It's going to be difficult to secure. It might be a radio rush as Wheeladdie moving and taken up by Rand 7, who fights 2, fights 3, fights 4! Rand 7 with a quad kill! What on earth? As Beaver over on the south stairs.
He's just shrugging. He's just confused. What? He still doesn't know what happened. We missed that on the camera. We completely missed it. Floopy shaking the camera. It's okay. We all make mistakes, but to miss Rand's 4K, it's okay. But from Bob's excitement, I can only imagine what great that was.
Oh wait, you didn't see that? Oh,
we didn't see that. We missed it.
They stacked up on radio, and as they were swinging through, Rand 7 took out all 4 of them with that Vezin. It was unbelievable, and I can feel special that I'm the only one who got to see that.
You are the only
members of
one,
Revolt.
except for Ran7 himself, who witnessed that great feat.
And taking a look at Beaver, now moving into Site B, I think that I wanted to pick up maybe a kill, but it's still going to be really difficult. Beaver kind of shrugging and I don't know where Revolt is, but they really don't have a reason to stick to broadcast. They got the EMP over in the podcast room, and looks like they're kind of having a party in here as everybody watching all sorts of different angles. There's a minute left on the clock, and Beaver with that Jesper doesn't have any kind of need to save, but we'll see as Beaver now moving in with that Jesper, checking angles. 50 seconds left on the clock. If Beaver rounds that corner, Johan will probably take Beaver's head off, but we'll see as Beaver now moving through. Mixane might walk right into Johan or any of the other 4 Revolt players in there. And this is going to be a match point round from Revolt.
So I think
IVI again full ecoing to go for a tie here.
I think the play from IVI is to get the tie and to go back to one of the maps where their attack strategies work well. I think they want to go back to where the maps where their strategies work, where they know they can secure rounds to take a game. I think that they would honestly much rather take a draw than just try and force rounds here, because they know that they can win these rounds on the other maps.
Yeah, Beaver actually survived that round. As we see, this is it, the final round of map 3. For the EU finals, to see who's going for the EU finals. Yeah, sorry about that. This is the end of the EU semifinals. Either Revolt wins this match right here, or IVI clutches this round up, and they tie it, and we go to a whole new 4th map, which would be incredible. I mean, these teams are neck and neck. This has been just such an amazing game to watch. I'm so glad that all these people here got to watch it. Big shout out to the 60 viewers right now. We peaked at around 89 thanks to some raids in there. So thank you to everybody who has been watching. And don't go away. This is either potentially the last round or the beginning of the end, as we can call it if we wanted to sound dramatic. Itriz outside of lobby right now as we see Fuse in broadcast hallway. Do have Amp Butt out in courtyard. Beaver up on top of the roof with the rest of IVI. Ramu over on south stairs. I'm not sure.
I don't think they're gonna catch Fuse.
Spread formation. Yeah, they might not catch Fuse.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Oh, they did. Karamu takes out Fuse. Oh,
that's
that could be big.
That's a crucial play, yeah.
Yeah, crucial for IVI, as Finto pointed out. They've shut down the counterplay here. Now, it all comes down to this. Will IVI take out the remaining 4 Revolt players to tie up this game? This match cannot go any more rounds than it already has. We're on round 12 here, and we could potentially see a winner here, or we could potentially see a tie. Johan in green room at the moment. Itriz outside the green room hallway. Karamu now checking storage hallways. That proximity alarm will go off. And Revolt now know where the push is coming from. Ran7, Hickman, Johan all watching Site B. As Beaver moving down storage hallway. Ampbutt, Karamu moving in the green room hallway as we see Itriz with foam on that wall. Ampbutt finds Hazel. No way. As we see 3 versus 5. And we see Karamu still in that green room hallway. Good start for IVI. Could they clutch this round up and go to a 4th map? We see Johan in green room at the moment as Hickman, Ran7, also in green room. Karamu firing some shots in the back as It Riz very low right now on 1 health. Hickman tosses a frag. That doesn't take out It Riz, but Hickman does as Karamu Beaver now moving into the site. Karamu takes out Johan. As Reloading takes out Hitman. Ran 7. Oh my goodness! We see IVI clutch it up. They tie map 3, and we're going to see a 4th.
Wow. Oh my goodness. We are going to a 4th game. This is intense. This is for semifinal. Wow, this is crazy for semifinals. This is the kind of gameplay. This is how close you'd expect the finals to come. This epic showdown here. This isn't the 14 O's that we saw early in the playoffs. This is where it's getting real. This is where you're gonna see the highest level of gameplay right now. This is insane to watch.
Yeah, let's take a look at the scoreboard really quick. Ran 7, 15-7, Hazel 9-9, Hickman 6-9, Fuse 6-7, Johan 5-11. Over on IVI, Beaver 12-8, Ampa 11-9, Karamu 7-8, Weeladdie 5-7, It Riz 7-9. I just got a DM. Are we gonna see? What do you put the logo? Yeah, Flippy. Yeah, you just leave it blank. Just leave it blank. It doesn't look like anybody's calling a timeout. We could potentially go to the final map straight away. Oh, okay. No, it looks like we have some players AFK at the moment. What a crazy final round. I mean, it was neck and neck the whole time. It looked like, at one point IVI was going to pull ahead. Revolt brought it back. It looked like Revolt was going to pull ahead. IVI brought it back. I mean, the level of competition here is just incredible. And it's now going to a 4th map. I mean, we're not even done yet. We still have a whole nother map, 12 more rounds for a team to potentially win. Let me see here. What am I? Yeah. Apologies. Finto is stepping out for a moment. But yeah, what an incredible round here. It's just been unbelievable, and we see, it looks like the final map is going to be Hideout. What could be the final map? I mean, if this ties again, we're just going to see another map on top of this. But I mean, currently this has been going on for about 2.5 hours. This is stepping up to be one of the longest casts that I've ever done, or that the BCL has ever done. I think this actually breaks the record for my cast, but yeah, it's just been incredible from both of these teams. I mean, we saw Ran 7 with that incredible 1v4 clutch in Skyscraper, and wow, it's just been. Whew, I don't even know. I don't even have the words for that. Big Red, thanks for the follow, and thank you everybody who's followed during the stream as well. It's been a lot of fun. Again, I'm Gibular Bob. This is my co-cast, Finto. We've got Floopy on the cams. And if you do enjoy the cast, then you can hit that donate link at the bottom of the BCL page. 100% of the donations do go to the caster. 96% of the sub and ad revenue also goes to the caster, with the remaining 4% being added to a pool. At the end of the season, the player with the most highlight clips will win that pool. So there you go. And yeah, we are on a quick timeout at the moment. This is a good time to take a break yourselves, because when we come back, I mean, we're gonna be on. Oh, it looks like they might be ready to start. They are going to start. Here we go. Entering the final map right now, and really it's where we all began. Back on Hideout. Ooh, yeah, it's we have Revolt starting off on the offense, IVI on the defense.
Yeah, hi. Sorry about that. I'm back now. Thanks, Bob, for fully taking over the between rounds there. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what happens for this final game. This is it. Well, unless they draw again, of course. In which case, we keep going. But honestly, I think if IVI can bring out their amazing strats that they had in the first game, they can take this. They can take this game. But of course, they're starting on the defense though, and they didn't excel at the defense here, so RVL could take it, especially when they're starting on defense as we go into this first round.
Sorry, I'm just
Looks like-
handling something 1 second.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, they're gonna. So Fuse is gonna be taking out Antbot here. It's the first kill right off the bat. Karamu getting really low, getting the syringe, but taking out Itriz there. Ran 7 from the cross angle from the front lobby here. 5v3, 30 seconds into the round. This is a great play from RVL so far. But they haven't taken control of the garage yet. They're not getting that same map control that IVI managed to gain when they were on the attack. But those 2 kills right off the bat, that's really important now as they push into the garage here. And take control of the hallway as well. No rumors at the end of the hallway either, so they have complete control of this if they get the foam down there as well. This could be big.
Currently see a breach into the garage. Ran 7 takes out Beaver. Dab over by the man right now. Already we see a 2 versus 5. Good start from Revolt here on the offense as Karamu rotating back into the pantry. Ran 7 waiting at that door as Karamu takes that kill. Weeladdie
1 HP
is planted as Weeladdie takes out a second. It's now a 3 versus 2. Zav back on Revolt. They've swapped out some players here as Karamu rotating back around to the living room. Weeladdie watching that connector as Hazel on the kitchen island at the moment. That EMP is turning down right now as Weeladdie is taken out by Zav the Slav. It's now the 30-second warning as Karamu in pantry at the moment. Hazel will pick up that kill. And round 1 will go to Revolt.
Beautiful execution there from RVL. Getting the cross angles. You know, unlike IVI, they don't go for the map control. They go for the early picks. I think you can see the difference in play style. RVL relying a lot more on their skill, which makes sense. It works. They are very skilled players and use it to their advantage, definitely. Now going for the Vezins here, I think they just, you know, there's a chance if they can get a perfect game on the attack, which is definitely possible, unless IVI can start to recognize the patterns and counter it. They could, they could finish this just from what I saw in that round. It's honestly looking like they might go for a 6-0 here for the first half.
That would certainly be nice for Revolt because we saw they're pretty good on defense here too, and it would be. It would be nice for Revolt if they could get a 6-0 lockout in the first half. I'm not sure we're going to see that, though. IVI, I don't think they're going to let that happen, especially after tying up that previous map. Now, Karamu, Itriz, Weeladdie, Beaver, all watching the bathroom. That's Site A, and we have Zav the Slav right outside of family room balcony. Hazel outside of family room balcony. We see Ran 7, Hickman outside of family room. A drone moving up. Hickman looking to spot for the rest of Revolt. As we do see Antbutt actually downstairs at the moment with that Cyclone. Antbutt has put in a lot of work as the roamer for IVI. The drone is moving in, but it doesn't spot Antbutt. And we might see Revolt lower their guard a bit here, but Antbutt could put in the work. No, I think Antbutt was spotted. Rotating back through the dining room is Fuse upstairs. We see foam on that Site A wall. Itriz in the bathroom at the moment, along with Karamu. We see less than 2 minutes on the clock as EMP is tossed and pushes Itriz out, who takes out Zav, or excuse me, Fuse, but Zav picks up the refrag. Hazel out in family room balcony at the moment. Amp downstairs. Wee Laddie watching B as Karamu Beaver both playing the connector right now. Zav takes out Ampa. Frag toss doesn't find it. He tags Hickman a bit. The EMP is planted. That's a good start for Revolt. The round 2 vessels are in the hands of Zav and Hazel as Hickman takes out Karamu. Wee Laddie pushes out as Hickman finds a second. Beaver in the back of site A, the last member of IVI left standing. But Zav will take out Beaver to give round 2 to Revolt.
Once again, amazing work from the Revolt team here. They time, I say IVI times their push as well, but Revolt, they time their pushes really well as well. It's a different kind of playstyle. I think IVI's playstyle works because it completely threw off Revolt. The slow then fast, the change in pacing is very dynamic, but the RVL is just run, shoot. And it's just working because these are very skilled players and they're using it to their advantage, as I said. But now, of course, IVI is going to have those Vezins up against RVL's Vezins, so they could, if they take this round and ruin RVL's momentum, that could be big for IVI and taking this first half back.
Yeah, this is really the chance for IVI to get control of this game. They're gonna want to do that as quickly as they can. Otherwise, Revolt they stand to run away with this map, and we'll see if that happens. Karamu, Wee Laddie, Beaver, all on site B at the moment, as we do have Ampa downstairs. A frag tossed in, doesn't find anybody. That drone moving in under the van, spotting Wee Laddie. Interesting strat to drone there as Wee Laddie was spotted. Hazel, Hickman moving in as Hazel picks up Wee Laddie. Hickman, Fuse now entering the garage as Karamu, Beaver in site B. Karamu at the back of site B, and IVI, not good for them to lose somebody so early. That drone is taken out as Hickman moving into laundry. We do see a breaching foam tossed over to Hickman, and I think Beaver might know what the plan is, but just taken out by Hazel, picked off from one of the 3 major angles. As Ran 7 takes out Itriz. Hazel fights Karamu. It's now just down to Ampa, who's in pantry, and it's a 1 versus 5. And my goodness, IVI are just having trouble finding that momentum on their defensive half. As the EMP is now planted, this was their Vezin round. They don't want to give this up. This game up too early. And really quick, I don't know if this has been fixed yet, but Floopy, IVI are on the defense right now and Revolt are on the offense. So if you could swap that whenever you've got the time, that'd be much appreciated, as we have Ampa moving back upstairs in the bathroom. And it's nice that IVI knows when they need to salvage something, because if Ampa went to try and ace that, it probably wouldn't have ended well. But round 3 is going to go to Revolt.
Definitely another perfect round from Revolt. They didn't even lose anyone this time. They got the EMP down. They got the walls perfect. Nothing intricate. Nothing special. Just pure skill. Of course, they're not bad at tactics or anything, but they haven't pioneered or brought anything new to the table. They just use their skill to their advantage, and it's clearly working. Very good players, who are very coordinated and in sync with each other. And with the Vezins now, keeping those going into the 4th round, winning the pistol, eco, and full buy round, that's huge. That's just huge for a team's momentum, morale, and just overall it increases their chance of winning. So it's looking great for RVL. They're going to be very happy about that.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the scoreboard really quick. Karamu, Itriz, Wee Laddie, all 1-3. Beaver 0-3. Ampa 0-2. Over on Revolt, Hickman 2-1. Zavislav and Hazel both having perfect games at the moment, 4-0. Fuse 1-1. And Rant 7 3-1. We're now entering the 4th round. Can Revolt keep this pace up? Only one Vezin in the hands of IVI at the moment, as we see a Viper from Itriz, a Taurus from Beaver, an RCP from both Karamu, and Weeladdie and Ampa, of course, does have that Vezin. We see Zavislav droning on the roof, as we see Flash tossed into the family room balcony. Beaver, Itriz both watching Site A along with Karamu and Weeladdie. Ran 7 out by the family room. Go ahead.
Looks like Itriz and Beaver is sitting in the corner of Site there. Looks like they honestly might be ready to swing out and catch someone who might be off guard. We might see it happening right now.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, they did try and swing out. Vinto called it, but... oh my goodness, Hickman tosses a frag out.
With the one hand.
Oh! That doesn't take out Fuse, though. Hickman takes out 2 as a stimulus toss over to Fuse. Ran 7 takes out Ampa. A frag toss deep into Side A. That tags Weeladdie. And we see good artillery here from Revolt as Weeladdie over by the shower right now. We see another frag pinning Karamu and Weeladdie. They're just stuck in the shower. They can't even rotate back to the connector because there's an angle from Zavislav as Hickman takes out Weeladdie. Karamu finds Hickman, does pick up that refrag. It's still just Karamu, though, who actually did manage to get back into that connector, but the EMP is planted. There's 4 Revolt players out there with, the Vezins, and it's just going to be difficult all around for Karamu to clutch this up. I mean, Zav, Hazel out in family rebound. I mean, I don't think Revolt could cover another angle. They've got every single angle covered right here.
Oh yeah, they are.
Karamu, yeah, you even got Fuse up there watching the hack, and Karamu just taken out by Zavislav. Not a very winnable situation right there. But round 4 is going to go to Revolt. And Finto, I think you might be onto something with that first half lockout by Revolt.
Yeah, they were ready. I think they expected the same kind of push, but I'm gonna once again point out RVL playing with the skills, the advantage. Hickman heard the audio cue. I don't know if anyone. I noticed this. I think it might have gotten lost in the match, but Hickman, I think he got the second one one-handed. I'm not sure why. What he was doing with his other hand. Yeah, he just pointed his gun, pulled the trigger, and hit that hedges. Great skill there, and managed to take out both of those players.
Yeah, Hickman had a frag in one hand, Vezin in the other. Lost the frag, and took out the player while Hickman had the frag. So, I mean, it was just.
Was that the frag that almost got Fuse then? Was that almost a team kill?
Yeah, I think it was almost a team kill.
That could have ended a lot worse then.
Yeah, as you see, Revolt, they've got all those Vezins. IVI do have their 5 stack of Vezins at the moment, but look at this. Revolt have 4 healing syringes. They've got the recovery items that they need. This is round 5. Revolt are in a very good position to push for a first half lockout. We could see it if Revolt are careful enough with the push. Speaking of the sites, they're downstairs. Bar and Gym as Weeladdie Beaver in storage at the moment. Itriz out by Big Stairs. We see Antbutt over in Pantry. We've got Hickman outside by Gym storage at the moment. Hazel outside by Gym storage as we see Hazel tossing a frag into the back of the fort. And that doesn't find anybody. Beaver is flash firing out the breach there. Takes out Hickman, blinded by the flash, but cut off by the instant as Hazel looks to pick up that kill and does find the refrag. It's a 4 versus 4 as Weeladdie watching storage along with Itriz, but Fuse is dropped in there, taken out by Weeladdie. And it's a 3
and
versus 4.
Upstairs as well. And but still
upstairs. But with the counterplay. Takes out Rand 7 as Hazel finds Karamu. Zavislav takes out Itriz. It's a 2 versus 2. Hazel does get the heal off. Zavislav also out by Gym storage as see Weeladdie Antbutt in storage. The EMP is down in there. Do they know they have it? I'm not sure they've spotted it, but they're sticking to the sites. That might be a good indication that they do know they have EMP in there. So We'll see what happens as we are approaching a minute 10 on the clock. If Hazel and Slav drop at the same time, and Hazel has that cloak on, they might be able to take out IVI. They might be able to secure that kill fast enough, although they wouldn't be able to see Amp Butt behind the box. We'll really see what happens as Hazel on that storage hatch right now. 45 seconds left on the clock. Zav over by the storage door. Wheelatty in that corner. Looks to take out Zav. Gets Zav very low and finds that kill as Hazel drops. Finds one. Can Hazel clutch this up? Hazel's clutched up before. Can Hazel secure this clutch? Does have that cloaking device activated. It takes out Wheelatty.
Hazel does it.
They give the 5th round to Revolt. And Hazel clutches up again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. What a round.
That's amazing. That was absolutely another clutch. I thought it could have been over. Antbot just came in and ripped through the attack there from upstairs. They did not expect that roam, even though he's been doing it again and again. They just didn't expect it. But Hazel and Zav at the end. Hazel with the double kill. Well, that's a 1v2 clutch. That's gotta be what, like? Can we even count how many clutches RVL has had so far this game? It's not even funny anymore. It's amazing, honestly. A true show of skill. They're doing so well, and just with the amazing show of skill, they just attack as fast as they can, hit their headshots and win rounds. That's the formula to winning breachers, guys. There you have it. That's how you do it.
Finto. You know what else Finto did at the beginning of this game? He called that Revolt could possibly get a 6-0 lead ahead of IVI heading into the second half. Ran 17 and he is one round off from being right. This is the side spot, the halftime round. As Hickman takes out Beaver. Revolt off the
nice grenade.
We could see it here as Karamu watching Garage tag a little bit, but does get that heal off. Amp Butt upstairs. Zav also upstairs. Hazel, Hickman, Fuse all in Garage right now. Karamu watching that connector, trying to find a shot through the wall as Hickman does toss a grenade in the back. Ibris in the back, tagged by that frag as Ran 7 takes out Amp Butt UK. And Karamu finds Hazel. Bonus being applied to the kitchen wall there as Itriz may pick up a kill. Fuse out in Garage at the moment as Itriz swings, finds Hickman. But Zav looks to swing and finds Itriz. It's now just down to Karamu, who's outside of Pantry at the moment. Might pick up a kill here as we see less than 2 minutes on the clock right now. And 7 in Garage. Zav tosses a flashbang in. Looks to find the kill on Karamu, but Fuse taken out by Karamu. Karamu takes out Zav. It's just down to Ran 7. Could we see Karamu clutch this up for IVI? That would be very, very big. And that would actually prove Finta's prediction wrong as Ran 7 rounds a corner and takes out Karamu.
Goodness.
It's a first half lockout by Revolt.
That's amazing. Another clutch from Ran, hitting the 1v2, and that's going to be the 6-0. I called it's happening. They are now, the Ivy need to have a perfect game. We need to win 6 rounds to send them on to a 5th game. It's insane the work that RVL put in and just taking this back. IVI, on the second last round of the 3rd game there, decided to basically throw it away in hopes that their tactics would just be superior on this map. I think that was the thought process there. And now they've just gone and been 6-0'd as we go into the side swap. It's just... It's quite unfortunate for them, honestly, but for RVL, it's amazing to see the skill that they've shown today.
Yeah, RVL currently missing a 5th. Looks like Zav might be getting subbed out at the moment. We'll see what happens there. They certainly don't want to be a player down heading into this round as Femke currently moving through over to Site A. Oh, okay, Zav has reconnected. Good save from Revolt there. Remember that if they've secured match point in the first half, that's massive for Revolt. If they win even one round now, they will win the whole game. We'll see if they can do it. It's going to be tough, but we do have a drone moving into Wine Cellar. We'll see if Revolt can clutch this round, or excuse me, can push for victory this round and win it for the whole series. They've worked so hard. They started off on rocky ground, and it's been ups and downs, but they've had a great first half. Beaver starts off taking out Fuse. Ramu tossing a frag way into the back of Site A. That's Bar. It's Hazel behind the workbench right now. 2 minutes on the clock. Beaver in arcade at the moment. It outside of arcade as a frag toss. Doesn't find anybody.
Clips a few of them. That's gonna give the information there that they're in that hallway though.
Yeah,
which is also very important.
As we
The
see
wall goes
Beaver
down.
popping open that wall into Site A. Hickman looks to find the kill on Beaver. They have taken out one on Revolt, but what will we see from the eye here is Wheeladdy taken out by Hickman. Ran 7 finds Gramu. And the Bar currently taken out by Ampbutt. As we see Itriz take out Hazel. Zav the Slab, the last member of Revolt standing, needs to take out 4, but Ampbutt finds the kill. And that gives the first round to IVI. Finto, do you think we might see
Oh my
comeback here?
goodness. A fifth. You know, we could go to if we went to a 5th game today. Well, I'd be in shock. We've been live for three hours now, and if we go to a 5th game, I think this would just cement this game as one of the greatest matches in the history of Reachers, honestly, so far. And I think it's definitely possible, you know. We didn't expect RVL to get a perfect 6 rounds, but they've proven they can. Both of these teams are a lot better on attack, and I think IVI could actually do this, but it would need to be a perfect game with no rounds lost. So it's possible we could see it, but it's going to be
Got
difficult.
another cast at 9. I hope this is done by the time we get there. Because, this has gone on for almost 3 hours now. Big thanks to Floopy and Finta for sticking around with me this long as we see Hickman upstairs in the death hallway, running under the skylight. As we see a bot from Revolt at the moment. We got to disconnect. Hopefully Fuse can reconnect unless they're subbing out. Hazel taken out by Ampbutt currently. And that's a good start for IVI. They picked up a round already. We now have Ollie in Revolt as we see Beaver taking out Ran 7. Hickman upstairs, Ollie over in the kitchen at the moment. We see Zavislav over in garage, and the EMP is getting planted on Site A. Beaver has planted that EMP. Zavislav moving through garage, and Itriz takes out Zav. No way. Hickman taken out by Ampbutt. Ollie in the back of Site A. And we're seeing that from this pace that we're seeing from IVI, we could either go to a 5th map, I don't know, or we might settle it with like a control point or something, because we might be battling forever here. Kramu takes out Ollie to give the 2nd round to IVI. They can still clutch this up and tie it, and who knows what we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, you do have to think about this in the minds of RVL though. I don't think they're going to be worried about these 2 rounds. In their mind, they can lose as many rounds as they want. Well, not as many rounds as they want. They can lose still a good few rounds now. You know, 4 more rounds. They have to spare to throw away, and they only need to win 1, which is a good place for them to be in. So, I don't think they're going to be too worried about it, especially with the Vezins that they now have on hand.
You also got to think about like the players here. This is pretty fatiguing to be here for almost 3 hours playing Breaches. You got to think, maybe battery might start to get low here. These players have to be kind of mentally drained from
the IVI players haven't subbed at all. I don't think.
No, we've seen a string of subs from Revolt, but yeah, at the moment, IVI has been here the whole time. This has been like really tough for these teams because they've been here for quite some time, just battling it out, and it's just still neck and neck, which is it's so impressive to see. This is really kind of what you get from the top of the EU. Bracket. These teams are just so good. They're so evenly matched here as we see a drone in arcade spotting Hazel, who's on 4 health at the moment. Rotating back over to site B is Zav covering. See 2 minutes on the clock as Beaver picks up that EMP amp, but outside of site A is Hazel rotating back around to the door on A. Pick up a kill here, but Ampa will pick up that kill on Hazel as Hickman getting tagged through the door. Hickman still getting tagged on 30 health as Ran 7 on 34. Hickman tosses out a frag, doesn't find anybody. Beaver picks up Hickman. The wall into site A has been breached as we see a frag toss into the back of Workshop into the back of Bars. Itriz takes outside the slab. Ran 7 finds Karamu. Ran 7 in the back of the site as the EMP is getting planted by Beaver, who does escape back out to Arcade. Ran 7 and Ollie are stuck as Wee Laddie flanks, picks up 1, picks up 2, and Wee Laddie
oh my goodness,
secures that double kill to give IVI their 3rd round. Oh my goodness.
The Vezin round as well is, to take the Vezin round, I think RVL might start to feel a bit worried, honestly. It looks like they might be starting to just force here 3 Vezins, which, they might, honestly, by the looks of it, they might be starting to panic, which is not where you want to be. The more games they do, if they go to a 5th, that just gives IVI more chance to go, more chance to have more rounds that they can win, more chance of winning. It's just dragging it out, really. So
I am checking with the league managers at the moment because from the pace we're seeing here, this 4th map could be a tie, and I honestly don't know what would happen.
I think
if
so.
or if they'd settle it in one of the extra game modes, because we added the 4th map specifically to end ties in the playoffs, but we could see a tie on the tiebreaker as Amput takes out Hickman. Hazel finds Amput.
Looks like, so I'm just having a look at the rules right now. Rule 15.1.3. If the amount of rounds is equal after the 4th map, which we could see here by the way IVI is going, more maps will be played until one team wins the map.
Oh my.
So we could just be here forever, honestly.
I might not have a voice by tomorrow. Ollie, a frag takes out Ollie. Karamu finds that kill. As Hazel over by Pantry, we see Hazel pushing up to the laundry hallways as Karamu finds Hazel.
Oh
and
my goodness.
4 versus 2. Ran 7 in the back right now by that connector as Itriz opens up that laundry wall, and the EMP might be planted by Beaver here. As we see, yeah, it is going to be down as Ran 7 with that Vezin currently out in living room along with Zav the Slav. EMP's been planted. There's trip mines over in the foyer at the moment. Wee Laddie watching Garage, Karamu watching Karamu, Beaver, Itriz all watching site B. And could we potentially see? It looks like Ran 7 Savislav are going for
Save
a
with the pheasants,
salvage
yeah.
play. That could be very smart. They need to get that and prevent a force eco from IVI at the moment, who they're going to defuse this and pick up their 4th round. That would mean they're only 2 rounds off from tying this up.
This is certainly worrying for IVI. Certainly for worrying for me as well. You know, sometime this month, guys, come on.
I was drinking water. I
it's-
almost spit it out.
Yeah, so it's definitely it's every time it feels like we're getting closer and closer to an end. They just drag this out. It just shows how even the skill level is here. It's amazing. Just it's amazing. This is the highest level of gameplay I think we've seen in Breachers at all so far. As you can probably tell by the fact that we are possibly going to a 5th game. I think probably the first official,
yeah.
the first, yeah.
And, the casting manager OGY Zuko has sent me that same part of the rules that you were reading there. Yeah, we go to fifth map. Oh my goodness! At this point, we're gonna need a night shift for Oh wait.
They get subs for players. Can we get like subs for
If a
casters?
If a 4th map ends in a tie, the winner of the match will be determined by the amount of rounds won overall. So, that opens up a new avenue of 2-1 more rounds overall.
Oh, that would be IVI.
That would be IVI.
Oh, so they only need to take 2 rounds to win this. Okay, so this isn't for a 5th game. This is for the whole. This is for the whole game. This is for 4 games we've played, and to get a spot in the finals. This now means a lot more than it did before.
That means that Revolt really needs to pick up the pace here before they end up out of the playoffs due to a technicality. Oh wow, okay. Good thing we clarified that.
Yeah.
As, It
okay.
and Beaver over by storage at the moment is Ampbutt and Karamu out in the courtyard at the moment, and I was kind of sure that we would be here for the rest of our lives. As we see a frag tossed into storage that nearly takes out Itriz. Who is blinded by that flashbang as Beaver. Yeah, it looks like Beaver almost taken out. Oh, Beaver is taken out by Hickman. It's just 1 round for
That's
Revolt.
a
As Hazel
huge
takes
play.
out Itriz, it's a 3 versus 5. Good things
could be
end
it.
right here with a victory from Revolt. Ampbutt on the retaining wall takes out Ollie. As we have Wee Laddie upstairs, EMP is dropped in storage. Hickman in the fort right now, as Savislav behind the bomb. Minute 30 left on the clock. What is the play going to be from IVI? We have Wee Laddie up in garage as Karamu takes out Hickman. And it's a 3 versus 3 as Hazel, Savislav in the back of sight. Be a minute 15 left on the clock. And now a minute 10. As that EMP is still down in storage. Hazel, Savislav still in the back of site B. Ran 7 over in A, watching that rotation, making sure they don't get cut off. We have Wee Laddie moving into storage right now. As we have, Wee Laddie about to recover that EMP. 50 seconds on the clock. IVI need to make a move here. Hazel,
This could be it.
Hazel is rotating. Oh no, Hazel and Sav still in the same spot. As we see foam on that storage wall, this could be it, depending on how well Revolt plays this. Wee Laddie has foam on the wall. This is going to be the end, as Hazel looks to find a kill. Zav looking to find a kill. Ran 7 rotating back over to site B. EMP is tossed to Ampbutt, and Wee Laddie, Karamu, oh my goodness, they may get the EMP planted. As Hazel taken out by Karamu did get, Hazel takes out Karamu, gets refragged by Wee Laddie's Ran 7, now moving into site B. Wee Laddie still in the back of storage. Zav now moving upstairs, may go around to flank through the storage hatch. Ran 7 still caught in B as Ampbutt over by garage at the moment. Zav now moving through storage. Yeah, looks to take out Weeladdie, who's moved. I think Weeladdie has caught on to the idea that Zav had here. 30 seconds now on the EMP as Ran7 watching that breach. We currently see Zav dropping Weeladdie over in storage. May find the kill on Zav. Weeladdie takes out one, gets refragged by Zav. And it's now a 1 versus 1 as the EMP might defuse here. Zav has to make a move, looks to swing out onto Ampa, who's not making a move at all. EMP is gonna time out. And revive.
Oh my goodness.
Round 5. They're not out of it yet.
Oh my goodness. What? Oh, this is the last. Okay. This is the last round of the game. Full stop. This is it. This is the round. Whichever team wins this single round will win the whole game. They will go to the BCL EU finals and have their chance at winning like I think it's 2,500 in winnings as a prize. This is just insane to think about. To think it's all come down, all 4 of these games to this one round. Well, this is gonna be it.
A bit of a copy paste that has been made in the chat about the tiebreaker rule. See people reposting that multiple times, but as Finta pointed out, the stakes have never been higher. Revolt, they either push for victory here or they lose their spot in the playoffs. It has been a battle like crazy between these two teams. IVI would win on rounds, but wow, it's just been unbelievable as we see the Weeladdie droning out the skylight there. Zav the Slav in Site B. Hazel, Ollie, Hickman all moving over to Site B. Ran7 watching the connector there. This is it. This game cannot go on any longer. Will IVI win here? Who knows? As we see Itriz lit up there on dead health at the moment as a frag is tossed out to the death box. Beaver taken out by a frag!
That's a big play, taking Beaver out.
Yeah, we see a frag tossed in the back of death box. Might it find another? No, it doesn't. Itriz watching that door into Site B. Hazel watching the back there as we see foam on that wall in Death Hallway. Karamu by Death Box. Itriz in Death Hallway. And Amput out on the porch at the moment. About a minute 30 left on the clock now. Zavislav watching the back of Site B over by that bedroom wall. As we have about a minute 25 on the clock right now. We see another breach. We see a breach as Itriz takes out Hazel. Karamu finds out the slab. Hickman takes out Karamu. Hickman with a double kill. Weeladdie takes out Hickman. As it's a 2 versus 2, it's down to Ran7 and Ollie against Amput and Weeladdie. We have a minute 5 left on the clock. EMP is down in the corner of Site B, but I don't think Revolt know that either. As Ollie in the corner of the closet there. We have 50 seconds left on the clock. IVI needs to make a move here to secure this round. Weeladdie out on the porch looking to find a kill and pin the players in the connector there. Amput looks to get that EMP. Oh my goodness, we see 35 seconds left on the clock. Amput does have that EMP. Weeladdie over by the porch now. IVI needs to make a move here. They have to get that EMP down if they want to turn time in their favor. Ran7 and Ollie, they're getting ready for their final push, the last hurrah for Revolt here. They're either going to win this or they're going to tie it over on IVI, in which case IVI would win. We can't go past this as Ran7, Ollie now moving up on the EMP, and Weeladdie finds Ran7. It's just down to Ollie, who needs to clutch up for both. Ollie finds one, Ollie finds two. Revolt will get the defuse, and they win.
Oh my goodness.
Semifinals.
He's taking it.
Oh,
He's done it.
Revolt are gonna go, and they're gonna go
What?
and face VRF in the finals. The long match is over. Ollie
They've done it.
clutched it up for Revolt in the end there.
They've. Oh my goodness, coming down to a 1v2. Ollie just. Oh my
Really
goodness.
quick, because the server is shutting down. Hickman 10-10, Hazel 11-7, Ran 7, 10-7, Zav the Slav 8-6, Ollie 2-4. Over on IVI, Ampa 8-8, Beaver 4-8, Karamu 10-10, Wheeladdy 10-8, Itriz 6-8. Okay, I just want to get that right.
Okay, wow. So let's talk about that last round. That was a crucial round. You see, round 7 and Aldi got stuck in the connector, and I thought this is a horrible position to be in, because when you're pinned down in a tight space, it's just not good. And then they swung out once the EMP had done. They preferred to play retake there. And round 7 went down, and I thought, this is it. This is Ivy's game now. They've done it. And Ollie swinging around the door, and he just with the flick from one head to the next, managing to clutch that 1v2, and not in like a slow creep about, sneak out behind way, just brute force, pure skill, pure, it just amazingness to take that back for RVL and give them the whole entire game and send them straight to the finals. Everyone, this game came down to one round, to a 1v2, and that, I think, has been one of the most amazing moments that I have ever seen.
I'm watching it
I'm
back
just-
right now. Oh, my
Yeah, I was
goodness.
seeing it back.
Wow.
That the Molotov, the incendiary that came down, that was a really good play, forcing him out of the boxes there and right into his line of fire from Zap. Yeah, the Molotov. Yeah, that's amazing.
It's
Okay.
It's just unbelievable to see, and I think I might be starting to lose my voice, but wow, it's just been incredible from these two teams. I mean, we started 3 hours ago, and as Finto said, it really all came to one round there, and it was just wow. It was so close to the end there. Both teams played incredibly well. You know, you got to feel a little bad for IVI. I mean, they lost fair and square, but they held on for so long, and their comeback, it looked like it was going to happen, but in the end, Revolt just won that, and yeah, they pulled ahead this time, and they are going to move on to the EU finals next week, which is going to take place. It's now going to be it's confirmed. Revolt versus VRF. This is it. The end of the EU playoffs is going to happen. Who's going to win? We'll see next week. But for now, I'm Gibular Bob. This is my wonderful co-cast, Finto. And we've got our great camera operator here, VR Floopy. You know, Floopy, first time ever running cams for BCL. Did an amazing job. Finto, great job, as always.
Thank you.
For, I mean,
You too.
wow, 81 people finished with us here, and what an end to a wild game. But
Oh, Gibular,
now
you're forgetting
Revolt
to
going
thank.
to move on to the end. What am I?
You're forgetting to thank
Yeah.
one person. Thank you so
Yeah.
much to Gibular Bob himself for leading this amazing cast with his amazing play-by-play commentary. Absolutely carried the cast today. Amazing caster. Well done.
Appreciate that. And now that we got all that out of the way, we're all going to say goodbye for the night. I mean, for you, Fint, it'd have to be around like 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 11:30. Yeah. So I'll be going to sleep, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll let you get to sleep. But that's going to do it for tonight, everyone. Once again, I'm Gibular Bob. This is Finto. And we also have Floopy on the cameras. We'll see you next week. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm actually, again, doing a cast later tonight at 9. But I'll see you tomorrow for Wrecked versus the Older Guys. That's an NA playoff game. And again, we'll see you next week. Who knows who's going to be casting the finals? I believe it's going to be a vote in the Discord of who will get that. But for now, we're gonna end things off here. I'm Gibular Bob, Finto, Floopy. We'll see you next time. Later, everybody.
All right, everyone, ready up.
All right, let's get it.
You go on the roof, we'll take the side windows.
Can I ball for a minute? Right on. I got this, let it roll like a night storm. Forever winning, don't you ever get it